requirements for that are a little high, so I might lower that a little bit for y'all.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't we get some materials from our last session?
Yeah, y'all scavenge some things.
Master.
For the most part, that's going to count as like phlegm scavenging alchemical materials. So like if you wanted to take like a poison formula and say, you know, scrounging scorpion parts, you could turn that into alchemical ingredients.
That's carapace.
Yeah, mechanically it's not really going to provide much to y'all at this point, but
Okay.
yeah, if y'all want to take, if one of y'all wants to, in a couple of levels, go for, I'll probably lower the requirements for monster crafting to expert survival. So if somebody wants to go for that and harvest monster parts for crafting, that's an option, apparently.
Neat. That is neat.
All right. Everybody good? We're ready?
Yeah.
All right. Last time, y'all have been exploring the ruins of the Gauntlight. We are still within the same 24-hour period that we started with from this first session. So it's a little after 1 a.m. when y'all kind of limp back into town, beaten and bloodied and a little worse for wear, but
alive.
But alive. Alright, let me... Alright, so y'all limp back into town. You can still in town. Did it just reset the same damn song?
Likes that song.
It does like that song. Oh, I need to turn that off. Okay, whatever, that'll work. Alright, you can still in town hear some of the lingering sounds of the Founders Day Festival still going on. Further inside, maybe at some of the taverns that are staying open particularly late. If y'all, let me go ahead and link the map for Otari to y'all again, in case anybody doesn't have it bookmarked yet. So y'all come around the ridge of the valley looking down into town, and come across the main bridge coming into town proper. Looking down, you can see a few lights on still in town. Hear the sounds of some people still kind of partying late into the night, but most of the town is kind of wound down and gone to sleep. It's the middle of the night. From the fog fen off to the north, y'all can hear crickets and frogs and see will-o-wisps out in the distance. And y'all cross over the bridge. anything. Forgot to link something.
What's the name of the lighthouse again?
The Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet.
I closed my character sheet because my portrait was grayed out. Now I can't reopen my character sheet.
Oh, it's still grayed out for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just showing up your screen name and not your character.
I'm gonna reboot really quick. Just BRB.
That's a good idea. If y'all look at the map, you should see a bunch of pins on the map now, giving y'all information that y'all know about town. Somebody can verify if those show up.
The people?
Yeah.
They should be pins for all the common locations y'all know about.
Let's try to get it.
Yes, I can see them.
Excellent.
So be careful so that you can move them.
Yeah, try not to move any of the pins or tokens that are not yours.
I only see people, I don't actually see any location pins.
That's weird. They're all public. They should be showing up to you.
I see all the avatars, but they're all in the very. I see the people spread across the town. I see our avatars at the north of town.
Yeah, you get the map to open. There it goes.
And of course, I had bookmarked the map in one of the hotkey icons, so I could bring it up almost immediately.
Yeah, should be the same one.
Excuse me.
So no pins are showing up for you, David?
Nope. I don't think for Ted either.
No, I see the pins, the NPCs.
Oh.
I see the NPC tokens, but I don't see.
I see
I don't think I see
NPC
them.
tokens. I see our.
Is it supposed to?
Yeah, so you don't see the pins, because there's supposed to be a third one.
Are we talking about the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
See
Can you relink the map for me?
4,
Since
5.
it's not my chat log anymore.
Oh, yeah. Just popped up. One of them just popped up.
We're in,
One of them just popped up.
we're in Wonders.
Yeah.
We're in for one.
Yeah, that's what popped up for me too.
That's weird.
Up and now Galantine deliveries.
Okay, weird, because
And
all of them...
Blades for Blades.
Blades. These are just popping up though.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to just pop up like that?
Yeah, because they should be, because I was taking them off of public and making them public again, and for some reason that's making them show up.
I don't
Can I close them or?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Is it a window, or do you see the pins?
No.
It's a window.
It's a window
Not
that
a
pops up.
Oh, where are the
But now
pins?
I'm gonna take all these windows and put them down into my hotbar. So I have access to them.
I seem to have created arrows everywhere. I don't know if to be used through the software.
I think you can, like, right-click and delete them.
Okay, do y'all see green pins now?
Green pins.
You mean on the map?
Yes.
I see
Oh yeah,
Galaxy.
I see one green pin. I see
Fantastic.
Galantine
There.
delivery.
Yep, I
Where-
see
yeah,
two
yeah.
now.
They're inside the house.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see.
They're
Yeah.
showing up as you're doing them.
Okay, they're just, they're appearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I had to set them to show up as shareable, even though the pages they are linked to is public, so that should work.
So I made some rogue arrows on the western road if someone can clean those up.
I think you have
I
to.
wonder what those were. I was gonna ask.
Richard, right-click, and you should have an option to pointers and then remove.
Hold on, I can do that.
Wagers. Oh, yeah, there we go. Remove this.
Oh wow, they're
Yeah, I
really
don't know,
starting to
like-
pop up. So far, I think I see 8 pins.
Yeah, there should be a bunch.
Nope, now 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, 12, 13.
Yeah, I did some work on this one to label everything that would be common knowledge here.
Oh yeah, and they're just populating one after the other.
We'll try my best not to grab pins.
There's
Actually,
no-
check and see if you can move one of those, because you shouldn't be able to.
I can click, but I can't
Click it.
move them.
Okay, good.
No, if I click on it, it moves the whole map.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Okay,
And if I
Yeah.
You can still move the people, but you can't move the pins.
All right, so that should give you all a lot of easy reference and information for where stuff is around town. So, like I said, most of the town has kind of gone to sleep, except for a few late night partiers still going. But as you all come across the bridge and take the left turn from Miller's Road onto Rosegard Road, Rin Savixny comes through the alleyway, but leading to her shop, and comes to meet y'all on the road, and is walking towards y'all. So as you all are coming down the road into town, she meets y'all in front of Galentine Deliveries as you walk in, and is kind of looking at y'all expectantly and says, "You made it back. What did you find?"
Not as much as we would have liked.
and more than we bargained for.
Yeah, as y'all kind of come into the light in front of the delivery place, her eyes kind of go wide. She goes, "You all look terrible."
Yeah, we do.
Probably look better than we feel.
Yeah, you're all covered in like mud and marsh water and blood and dust. Y'all are a sight.
And frog goop. Don't
And-
forget the frog
Yeah,
goop.
and didn't we fight that giant scorpion? And so I know we've probably been pierced and poisoned and.
Yeah, I think, several of us are carrying giant chunks of scorpion meat.
Yes, we're having breakfast.
Yeah, she. Like, well, I guess you all found some things, huh? Please come this way, and you can have a seat. I'll get you something to drink. And she leads y'all, motions you through the alleyway leading toward her shop.
That's the Wonders.
Yeah, Rin's Wonders. So for those of y'all who have not been here yet, Rin's Wonders is surrounded by a bunch of, looks like 6-foot high standing stones. The dwarves especially, once y'all get within a few feet of them, they're not actually made out of rock, they're made out of, like, very well crafted paper mache to look like rocks. So they are purely decorative, like wood frames with lacquered paper on top. And she has a collection of tents, like one very large domed angular tent surrounded by a bunch of smaller ones. There is no permanent building here. But there is plenty cover from the night, and it's still kind of drizzling a little bit from the rain earlier, so, you know, at least y'all can get out from under the rain. And she's got plenty of seats, pulls out some extra fold-up chairs and sets them down, and runs off to grab something to drink, comes back with a pitcher and a tray full of cups. Yeah, please, sit. You look like you need to take a rest, all of you.
Take a seat.
Yeah. Quite the ordeal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a safe place to leave the giant hunk of scorpion before I go inside,
So,
before
if
just
it was-
slapping it on her table.
Ever in doubt, ghosts are indeed real.
Of course they're real. Like she shuffles some things around in her hands and like waves a hand and a table floats over to her, so where she sets everything down and starts pouring some kind of like orangish yellow liquid for y'all and starts handing out cups. And so, what did you find?
Gee, where to begin?
There's some form
Well-
of like trying to ascertain like whether she has some form of pushy motive here, or because I think we're at a point where we don't know who to trust, right?
Well, so since we've been in the town
That's
for
out
an
of
extended
character.
period, I'm assuming Ren's someone that we can, or is it that we can trust or that we know? Especially
She's basically y'all's initial quest giver. She sent y'all to the Gauntlet, and she's outwardly at least just been very concerned about what's happening there because the lighthouse itself has been glowing for on and off for a couple of months.
Yeah, I recall now. Yeah, so she's the reason why we went there to begin with.
Yeah.
She did the reading on everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. Sense motive is a perception-based check you can make if you do want to do that. It's a secret check, so in the tower.
Everyone froze there for a second for me.
I'm not gonna bother since motiving.
I'm not gonna bother either.
Okay.
So, let's rattle off. Let's see. There were like humanoid frog monsters we've come across. There was tiny fey creatures that were pretty malevolent. There was some very angry spirits. There was
Or
like
about the
a
altar.
church to the ancient gods and a giant ass scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I grumbled. You
Think
left
that-
out the altar.
Altar.
Yeah, there was an
Priest.
altar to oh man, where are my notes? Page not altar to a
An old god, like a great old one.
yeah. I Reese would remember the name. I'm trying to think.
It's a Nimbleoff.
Trying to find it, and I can't. Nimbleoff, that's it. There's an altar to, like a chapel to Nimbleoff.
She kind of pauses and like she pauses like mid pour of a drink and like sets the pitcher down and then like goes off to the side and opens up like a chest and rummages through some cloth and then pulls out like a bottle of liquor and sets that down and says, okay, we might need something a little stronger for this then. Nimbleoff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really know much about them.
Yeah, the undead that inhabited it were crazy.
Yeah,
They,
They're
they
called
weren't.
empty-
They weren't
yeah.
happy that we were in there for sure.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the name before, but I don't know much about this old god. You said you found that in the ruins?
Yeah, behind
Yeah.
a secret entrance.
And then
It looks like
from
it
there
was
is when
us,
we.
so either the Rose Guard didn't find it, or if they did, they didn't do anything about it, which I find a little bit too disturbing to think about.
Well, if not mistaken, the hidden entrance that we had uncovered seemed undisturbed, and the main entrance that we tried to come out of at the time of our encountering, there was a giant scorpion there.
Well, it would make some sense that the Rose Guard might not have discovered or dealt with anything like that they found there, because from the historical records, they only went there to fight Belcora and then left. And as far as I know, they never went back in their lives. The rumors that the place is cursed or haunted go back all the way to them.
Right.
So I guess if there's something
I mean,
like that,
I would assume that if they would have discovered it, they would have. There was also, so we saw a haunt of, I don't know if haunt is the like in world chart. We saw a haunt of Belcora. It was made of blood that attacked us. We're able to or dismantle it, but I think that it's going to recharge itself.
Okay. Where did you see this?
And we.
Oh, right there under the light.
It was in the. Yeah, it was underneath the lighthouse.
The main room to get up to the light.
In the lighthouse itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, in like the tower part, we tried to.
At the base of it, at the floor of
into-
the lighthouse, before you
to
get to the
the
spiral
cupola,
staircase. Because at the spiral, if I remember, the hatch that lets you in was sealed.
Yeah, the cupola is
was,
the top of the lighthouse. So this was down at the base.
Yeah, this was at the base. I don't think we
That
had
contains
the
the light.
ability
Okay.
to open into the.
Yeah.
A little out of game. What was happening to Steven before is now happening to you, Jeffrey. It's just showing me your username and it's grayed out in terms of your profile image.
Oh,
There you go.
my
No, you're good.
my Discord had froze, and I think my fantasy grounds had crashed, but I got back in. Okay.
She looks a little thoughtful at this, and she says, "The base of the light tower. That's, if I'm remembering right, that's where Belcora was finally killed."
Oh, that would make a lot of sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
Some
We tried to access the cupola, but it was sealed. Yeah. We did find a key that we believe opens that the hatch up to the cupola, but then we encountered the giant scorpion, and we were
Done.
It was a difficult battle, so we decided to come back to town,
want
rest up,
breakfast.
and recoup.
and have breakfast.
And you said fey creatures are in the place?
Yeah, little angry buggers.
Yeah.
Get their name. What would they
I
call
know
them?
someone knew their names, but I don't remember.
They're called Mifflets.
Biblets, yeah.
Mifflets.
I don't
Those
know if
are-
that's significant. They seemed relatively. I think someone had said that they were usually
Subterranean.
more underground,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, usually they're more subterranean. I
Yeah.
don't know why they would be out on the surface like this. That's strange. I mean, there's always been rumors of some kind of creature and other like kobolds and whatever taking up residence in the ruins at some point or another. So it's not unusual that something is taking up residence there, but yeah, a subterranean fae is new and different.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual. We also found what looks like the Osprey Club had visited. We found a little boat up there, so I don't know if there's like
Oh
some
yeah.
smuggling operations or.
Huh.
You
Well,
shouldn't talk about that too openly.
The owner of the little boat seemed to be missing, so.
And if I remember, the goods that we
Oh,
found
we
in
keep
there
the
looked like they were a
conspiracy
couple weeks
portion
old.
close to our vest.
Yeah, they were not fresh. They were not fresh goods, so it looked like it was probably an operation that happened a couple weeks ago. Is that right?
I thought they were still good.
They were, but they looked old.
Thing.
I kind of got the impression it was from like
Yeah, they
like
were
a day old, but I could be wrong.
yeah,
I
the
thought it was a little bit more
provisions.
than that, but not. It wasn't like super old, but it was
Like we had the option to
Yeah.
eat it if we really
yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah, the provisions y'all found were kind of stale, so at least a few days old, maybe a week or two. But
We didn't
still,
tell her
they
about
hadn't
the boat,
spoiled.
did we?
He already mentioned the boat.
Okay. Conspiracy.
She doesn't seem to make anything of that. She says, well, you could always go ask Yin Yasnira if you wanted.
Is there a way to judge her reaction when it comes up?
Sense motive. The secret perception check.
And, yeah, do it in the tower.
Where is the tower?
Oh, is the tower missing?
Oh, I moved
No, I
it
see it.
somehow. There we go. Quick perception check.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have any kind of strong response about that. She just kind of.
Okay. It'd be irresponsible not to do. Because we still don't have a suspect.
Well, we can circle back in with the town guard, since they're probably handling some of the investigation in town while we were out at the lighthouse. Because we did alert them after everything went down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she does pop the cork on that bottle and pours some slightly stiffer drinks, and it's just a very middle bottle of wine. But she asks y'all a few questions to like clarify some details, like gets you to describe the altar and some of the things that y'all came across, like give a more detailed description of the haunt and the lighthouse. But she doesn't keep you for maybe like more than like 10-15 minutes where she's like, I'm sorry, I don't sleep, but you all probably need desperately to get some rest, so I'm not going to keep you.
What time is it
Well, I
about?
think fine
Be
with
back
the
in the
wine.
morning if you have more questions.
Absolutely. Please get some rest. And I'll be either here. I'm going to follow up with some of these things that you said, so I'll be either here or at the Dawnflower Library if you need me.
Yeah, definitely in the morning if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer at least.
Yeah, Reese, if you don't want to make the walk back to your family's place, I have a spare cot here. A spare hammock you can lay out in for tonight.
That sounds good. The rest of you have accommodations?
I'm gonna grab the scorpion meat. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to get, what's her name?
Lasta? No,
No.
that's the sun.
Lasta Finker?
Yeah, that was the sun.
Yeah.
Brelda is the mother.
Yeah.
Brelda to make us some kind of scorpion meal or something. Unless one of you has any cooking skill. I hold up big chunks of scorpion.
I mean, what skills? I mean, that's probably crafting, I would assume.
I've never prepared scorpion myself. Everyone seems frozen.
We can
I mean,
It's not frozen.
So you can click on the pins, but you can't click on the tokens for the NPCs to do anything meaningful
No,
with them. Okay.
unfortunately, they won't show names or anything. But if you click on the pin, it should tell you who the proprietor is for any of those places.
Okay.
Well, if anyone's interested, I'm bringing it over to Bralda's.
Bro.
The rowdy rockfish.
Yep, so those of y'all heading toward the Rowdy Rockfish, you head straight down Rosegard Road to the large bridge that goes over the river down by the coast. Crook's Nook is built into and onto that bridge, so passing by there you can still hear people inside like talking and carousing at this hour of the night. But getting to the Rowdy Rockfish, the lights aren't off, but there's not really any noise coming from there. The door is open, but once y'all walk inside, there's only like a handful of people in here. A couple of them look like they are trying to nurse early hangovers or just get something easy to eat.
How late is it again?
It's a little after 1 a.m. at this point.
Okay.
I am bloody and musty and covered in mud, and I walk in and slap a giant hunk of scorpion meat on the table and hold up my finger for 2 ale.
Brelda, like, all the heads, like, turn as soon as y'all enter, and, like, what little talk there was happening in here, everything goes quiet. And you slap a big scorpion tail down on the counter, and Brelda comes out from behind the bar from the kitchen, like, wiping her hands off, and, like, kind of stops in her tracks, and is just like, all right.
Have you prepared giant scorpion before?
I've prepared large crab before. I don't know if it'd be very
I imagine
different.
it would be similar. That's a nice thing about being on a coastal town, right? They know how to do
That's
crustaceans.
enough for me.
I could see what I do with it.
It
me
might be
get you
better
boys
as a
in
breakfast dish at this point, huh? It's so late. How long would it take to cook this much meat down?
I was just shutting down the kitchen for the night, actually. So
I can do it tonight. In the morning's fine.
I could get this prepared for you. I could experiment with this a bit, but if you really want somebody to make something out of it, you might take this over to Crook's Nook and see if you can get Barnaby to make something.
Yeah, it makes a good fish
We have plenty of scorpion we can share.
I can see that.
We'll leave
Imagine-
a slab with you, and we'll bring some over there too.
She pours. Who else is there right now?
Palin and Thorin.
And I'll be there. Flim Flam can be there.
Don't you have your own house or own
Oh, I
place?
do.
Oh, okay.
Crawl with us, Steven.
He went back to his tent on the
Okay.
edge of town.
All right, so yeah, the three of y'all. She pours 3 mugs of ale, and if you go to like reach for your pouch, she's like, "Don't worry about it." Did you find anything about my son?
No signs yet. We've looked.
We didn't get too far, but there's other places we have to go and investigate once we've.
That will definitely be
A
heading
quick
back.
reminder out of game. Her son disappeared. It was months ago, right?
Yeah, about half a year ago.
About half a year. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know if anybody like tried to gather information about that, but that is an option y'all have. You can ask around town about what happened with him.
Okay.
She pours y'all some drinks and says that's. Like I said, I'm shutting down for tonight, so y'all. I'll see y'all get some hot water up there for baths in your rooms.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I guess with her question, reiterate that, yeah, we didn't find anything about her, but at the same time, he wasn't in where we were exploring. He wasn't anywhere near the gauntlet.
Or do you want to bring some
So,
of this over to
the absence of information might be information in itself.
Not right now.
Okay, in the morning.
I appreciate the effort either way.
We will keep an eye out for him.
Thank you. And she kind of ducks back into the kitchen. Yeah, even as y'all are like taking your drinks, the last couple of people in here are starting to file out.
Yeah, I imagine if this is a fishing community, a lot of people wake up very early to go out when the fish start feeding.
Yeah, and it's a festival day, so people are partying pretty late into the night here, but this is very late for most people.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
a
that
festival
sounds
thing right
nice.
in the...
I'm gonna chug my first ale and then grab the second one and walk up to my room.
Yeah, you can just kind of reach across the bar to the tap and get you another one and retire for the evening. Flim, did we say where it is you stay?
No. But I imagine it's going to be somewhere near where I operate my little stall of oddities.
Yeah, you could have a little stall in the Otari market. So there's a little cluster of houses and stuff, so you might have like somebody's attic or basement or something that you stay in there and rent out.
There's a ruins that no one care if gets caught on fire again.
All right, so everybody retires to your various places. Reese, are you staying in town or making the trudge back to your family place?
I'm gonna stay in town this particular night.
Okay. Yeah. Rin's got like several hammocks set up around her little plaza of tents, so it's very easy to just claim one and conk out for the night. So y'all all go to sleep and wake up somewhere probably around 9 or 10 in the morning the next day. So it is Moon Day, the 4th of Desnant, the equivalent of Monday. So y'all get up, and by the time y'all are awake, the town is once again in full activity. So people are moving around. Balin and Thorin, by the time y'all come down, Brelda's already back up with the kitchen, like making people breakfast, and there's a dozen people in there eating. And she's probably had 2 or 3 times as many people come through already.
Just looking at the dates right now, can I assume that the typical annual year is split into 4 seasons, like it is here on Earth, where there's a spring, summer, fall?
Yeah,
and winter?
Galarian is very Earth similar. There are some months with 30, 31 days. The calendar is very similar. Seasons are very similar.
That's dumb. They should have a bunch of months with 28 days. 28 is better. It matches the moon.
And so the season we're in right now, is this more like the spring season or the fall season?
Right now, hold on, I lost my page. Desmas is the equivalent of May, so it's kind of spring right now. So weather is starting to get pretty warm, heading towards summer.
Late spring.
Yeah, late spring.
Yeah, nice time of year. Although, if it's anything like Louisiana, it might be getting to like mosquito season.
Yeah,
The swampland
it's
might
very
not be-
similar. This town's very close to a swamp, so it's pretty similar. It's on the coast, so there is a nice breeze that tends to come through from the ocean water. Y'all are basically in a gigantic bay, an island in the middle of a giant bay.
We got all that humidity. We got the mosquitoes. The good swamp air.
Yeah, it's heading toward very warm, the warm part of the year right now.
I mean, there's plenty of plains, so it's probably not that humid comparatively. So it might probably be more temperate swamp. But
Yeah, it's not unpleasant yet. In the middle of summer, it probably gets pretty hot here, but the coastal area here and the breeze kicking in off the water probably keeps it a decent temperature here.
And you
most
said
of
it's
the year.
about 10 a.m. now?
Yeah, it's about 10 in the morning, so y'all all start getting up and doing your various ablutions, getting some food. And, yeah, y'all are...
Yeah.
What y'all want to do first thing in the morning?
I kind of want to just hear what some of the townsfolk are saying about some of the events and stuff that had transpired. Like, kind of just since we went out and there was the big kind of excitement about what could have potentially happened, just see what's the word around town. Like,
Well, most
Well,
of the
you
town...
deliver the rest of this scorpion to the Crook's Nook, I'm sure there would be some rumors flying in there.
Most of the town
Yeah.
doesn't know that y'all went to the Gauntlet. Y'all left pretty late at night and came back very late at night. And most of the town is just talking about, personal things that happened at the festival, like who got drunk. There are some people talking about that there was some kind of row late at night between the Len, the owner of the market, and Whirlywin, the druid that oversees the Standing Stone ponds.
Who saw us when we were coming back?
Yeah. So this must have happened before then.
interesting. And we stopped any explosions, so a lot of the town might not even know that they were in harm's way there.
Nope. You know enough about pyrotechnics that the explosion was far out enough on the docks that nobody really would have gotten hurt, but it certainly would have done some damage to the docks. Probably blown up a good chunk of the docks. Nobody probably would have gotten hurt, but it would have done some serious damage.
Financial, it would have.
yeah, economic and financial distress, as well as make the mayor look bad.
Definitely would have done that. The fireworks, the mayor was very big about the fireworks, and it was a big expense that he footed for the festival this year.
And isn't it election season?
Yeah.
But yes, I think we should go check out the Crook's Nook, bring them some scorpion to work with. Maybe see if we can find a place that actually works chitin.
Yeah, y'all
Can
know
I,
the
get
mayoral
up
election's coming up in about 2 months.
Thank God. Oh wait.
Yeah, I think we still got a little bit of time for us, unfortunately. Once I get up, I'll try to go and catch up with the other guys.
Yeah, the Rowdy Rockfish is a very well-known local establishment, so it's a short walk down the road down to the coast to get there. So sleeping in an outdoor hammock, you probably got woken up a little earlier than everybody else, just by like people moving through town, making noise, heading off to work in the morning.
Yeah. If Ren has any burning questions for me at the moment, but then I'll answer them. But
She when you went to sleep, she had been like going through some stuff. When you wake up, she is sitting at a folding table in a folding chair, like sipping a cup of tea, and has like a stack of books on the table next to her that she's flipping through. You know that she does not sleep at all, so she has probably just been up all night reading.
What on earth happened to my camera?
When you wake up, there's another chair set out, and she kind of gestures for you to take a seat. Like, there's some tea if you like.
I'll definitely have some tea. I want to go meet up with the rest of the guys and figure out our game plan for the future. But yeah, some tea sounds nice.
Certainly. You know that the vast majority of people in the town here, rather than tea, are very into coffee. Every tavern in the area serves some kind of at least coffee-related beverage. The fishery, in particular, is one of the places where people stop for coffee a lot.
Is coffee indigenous to this area, or does it have to get imported in?
It probably gets imported in. But the people here are very obsessed with coffee. But Rin is one of the ones who is not. She does not care for it.
Because she does not sleep. Is she the one that doesn't sleep?
Yeah, she doesn't sleep. Yeah. She is an elf Nephilim, so you assume she probably trances a few times during the day to get some odd rest, but you have never seen her sleeping or anything like it. All right, so yeah, you get a cup of tea with her, and maybe pick up a cup of coffee on the way, and get to the Rowdy Rockfish. Y'all get some breakfast and are ready to go.
Roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, how did everyone sleep? How are you guys doing?
Feel much better after a bath and a few pints.
Yeah, Crawl, you probably get woken up somewhere around then by some of the pilgrims packing up to move on. The couple of days you've been here, the population of the pond here is kind of in constant flux of people coming and going. A handful of people have probably been here as long as you, but like every day you've been here, people arrive and leave.
Gotcha.
I think everybody got enough rest to get healed up, so y'all are feeling refreshed, if a little worse for wear.
Then we're gonna change out some spells. But
Yeah, and Flim, you will almost definitely get woken up by the market being in full swing.
Oh, yeah.
Clerics can also change their spells when they prepare it.
Yep.
See if there's a better choice.
Yeah. Any common spell from the divine list. Anything that's orange will probably not be available right now.
I'll be right back.
And y'all do have stuff that you can sell.
Yeah, I'll go find the group and I guess have breakfast with them. And we can hash out what our next step is.
Brelda is a competent cook, but not very extravagant. So simple stuff you would expect from somebody's dwarven mom who makes breakfast. So lots of hearty bread and biscuits and gravy and eggs and sausages. And yeah, lots of sausages.
I just want to try to like.
So all you really need.
I think out of character, my goal is to get like to where she's comfortable enough with me, where she might let me try to prepare things in her kitchen.
Are
You
you
can always ask.
out of character? Are you trying to be Lasta's stepfather?
His new dad.
Are you my new dad?
new daddy Banker Vale.
We've missed
Oh,
you
it's
so
fine,
much,
but, like-
son.
But if I'm at the end of the adventure and never meet him, you just see him, you're just like, son.
So proud of you. I added a new spell to my sheet. I have no idea how to remove it.
Down at the bottom right, there's the blue button. It says Edit List. If you click that, it'll bring up the option to remove spells.
Okay, so let's see. I'm probably somewhere in this area.
There we go. Thank you. How do I look at available spells again?
When you go to on the right-hand menu there, scroll all the way to the bottom is the spells thing, and when you bring up that page, hit the divine button at the top to separate out for just your spells.
Which menu again?
Spells on the right-hand side, all the way down at the bottom.
I don't know if I'm looking at the same thing as you.
The big menu all the way at the side. There's going to be the bottom option will be characters.
I see. Okay.
It's the very bottom last option is spells.
Got it. Thank you.
And just make sure you filter for divine spells.
Will do.
Any of the ones that have the uncommon marker. So I think for level 1, that's just like detect poison and nudge the odds. There's only a couple there. The uncommon ones are not available. The rest of them should be.
I think everything's. Oh, there's 9 pages.
Yeah, because I'm going to show you everything. So the first level spells should be just the first couple pages. All right, so y'all meet up. Rin tells you before you head off that she's been doing some digging overnight, but hasn't found anything particularly useful yet. But she'll let you know if she comes up with something.
Where would the things like I know she's proving over books. Where would a research center inside of the town be at? Out of curiosity, would that be like at the mayor's house, or is there like a government building that houses books, or is that just some private libraries? Or
for any historical records, the mayor's manor might be the best place to look at that, because there's kind of a makeshift town museum there, and they keep a lot of records. But for most research purposes, the Dawnflower Library at the southwestern edge of town would be the best place. It's the biggest library in town.
okay, good to know.
Odd Stories keeps a good collection of like arcane and esoteric books, but it's mostly a purveyor of fiction.
Wrong phone.
No, that's definitely not right. Stop that.
What's that?
I have no idea what that was.
Can you remind me what's the keyword that causes Raldrock to be hurt by healing?
If a spell has the vitality keyword and is healing.
Okay.
So just the heal spell absolutely would hurt him instead.
Raldrock's a monk, right?
Yes.
I have a void spell, but it doesn't have, it has to have healing to actually heal him, right? But he's just immune to it.
Yeah, so like the harm spell has void and healing. So if somebody has void healing, then it has to have both those tags to actually heal. So if just void damage will not affect him, but like a vitality damaging spell would.
But a non-vitality healing spell would heal him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So like the occult list has a healing spell called Soothe that does not have vitality, so that would work on him.
Well, I have something called Spirit Link, which allows me to like allow someone to like share damage with me and regain hit points when they're down if I'm at higher than them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to be tanking it. That's best. Because we both see him in the front most of the time.
Yeah, Spirit Link kind of continuously siphons off your hit points to give to another person, and you have to like take an action to turn it off, so that you might not want to do that one.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all get some breakfast and some coffee and possibly some, morning ale in you.
What else would we drink with water? We're not fishes.
Speaking of fishes, there are a small fleet of fishermen boats that have already taken off to go out in the waters, and while the town was bustling when y'all first woke up, it's starting to quiet down considerably now, because during the work days here, the town kind of half empties out as people go outside of town to their various jobs. The majority of people here are either lumberjacks or fishermen, so the town gets significantly less populated during a work day.
With the festival that just occurred yesterday, was there like a swelling of people who came in for the festival?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of visitors from out of town, and there's no small amount of people who are kind of packing up and leaving town now that the festival's over. So there's some small caravans and merchants and stuff who are heading out of town by the time y'all are up and around. So the town is kind of in the process of emptying out and getting back to regular day-to-day business.
What does heightened mean?
That?
Heightened.
Like frightened?
No, like heightened, like on the spell protection.
Oh, when you get higher rank spells at higher levels, you can prepare those in a higher rank slot and get boosted effects.
Okay, got
it. I'm assuming there's no light emanating from where the lighthouse was at in the morning time.
During the day, right now, y'all are down in the valley, so you can't even see it from your vantage point, but there's no glow that y'all can see.
Thank you.
So,
Do
yeah,
we-
so what are we thinking, fellas?
Do you
we
want
wanna,
do
who do we
we-
wanna?
Do we? So a
Bother
couple of things that we
today.
could follow up on. I would think we could either check in with the captain of the guard to find out if he found any additional leads after we gave him some information, so he could have started the investigation. Another thing we could try to roll in and check on again was the person that you defeated in that chess match. That seemed very suspicious.
If we're going back, I think I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
go get a
And-
pickaxe, some climbing gear, and maybe a crowbar.
And a new shield.
And we could always
And I
check.
need to repair my shield.
Alternatively, we can always go check to see what the lighthouse looks like during the daytime hours. Because we
Yeah.
had just left there, not even like you could count on the on your how many hours it's been since we were there. We could see how much it's changed or shifted since we were there last. How different it is in the light of day.
Perhaps the
That is true.
ghost doesn't apply in the sun.
That is true. We could go back out there, like,
Let's do it.
I think that I had determined that it would come back at night, right?
A haunt?
Yeah.
That is a guess. You think that it might be keyed into being active at night, but you're not certain.
Would that be a religion roll, or I've already made it?
Yeah. From what y'all know from investigating it, it has not been permanently dealt with. It will build its power back up and be dangerous again, but that during the day it might not be active. But you won't know for certain unless you go out there during the day and check it out.
We also,
Can I roll religion to tell that if there's a way to suppress it by doing some kind of ritual in the place where it would happen?
Y'all made some checks on it, and that y'all have as much information as y'all know right now.
Okay.
I mean, it's a haunt, which means basically the place is haunted, and there's always some way to permanently get rid of those things, but y'all don't know how to do that with this one yet.
Maybe the church, the Dawnflower Library might have an idea.
Oh, that's a good research topic there.
Can I make holy water in some way?
Let me see. I don't remember if there's a bless water spell. It might be an item to make, like a potion.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Holy water. Yeah, it is a consumable. Yeah, it is. You'd have to be able to craft magic items, basically. The Dawnflower Library, y'all know, is a big temple, so you would almost certainly be able to buy some from there.
Yeah.
Alright, and y'all have a good chunk of stuff to sell to try and make some money for y'all. So if there is anything on the party sheet that y'all want to keep, you should move to character sheets.
Let's see.
Because mechanically this works by just selling things off all at once.
Okay, let's see here. We had a couple of things. We have the Skeptic's Elixir. We have Silver Ring. What was this? What was the story behind the Silver Ring again?
The silver ring, I think y'all found it on the corpse in the chapel.
Yeah, I don't think it had like any significant thing about or anything. It was just.
I think I
You
had
should-
detect magic up when we found it. I don't see anything.
You should take the elixirs. We probably don't want to sell.
Scroll of restore
Or
senses.
do we want to? Because can he just make them?
I don't know if he can make these particular ones, and it also means that he doesn't necessarily have to spend his limited slots on.
I'm looking
These-
at my formulas. I do not have Skeptic's Elixir on my formula list.
And you learn a formula from an existing thing.
Learning formulas have a set of rules.
What about elixir of life, Ted?
Elixir of Life, I do.
And you have healing potion. Do you have comprehension elixir?
Healing
That's
potion.
Witches of Life for
I-
sure.
Elixir of Life is the equivalent to my healing potion. I don't have a healing potion.
Yeah, Elixir of Life is great.
Elixir of Life is your healing potion.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have healing potion and elixir of life on the loot sheet.
Yeah, we don't
Healing potions are magic, and they are a vitality effect.
We don't
And-
want
Okay.
Yeah, so Kral does not want those.
We do
Elixirs
like
are
them.
alchemical and not magical.
We do like them, just not Kral.
Yes.
But we should still just take all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elixirs, or whatever, 4 elixirs and 1 healing potion, and not sell them, because those probably will come up at some point. Likewise, the scroll of restore senses we probably don't want to sell.
No, I put all into that. I might. Well, actually, I might be able to teach it to my familiar.
So Ted, your options for new formulas is anytime you gain a level, you get 2 new formulas for free. You can purchase formulas from someone in town and add them to your formula book, or later on you can get the inventor feat, and you can take downtime to create formulas on your own.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Who in town, just out of curiosity, would also be a purveyor in alchemical goods?
The only one that you know of off the top of your head is Magaloy at Crow's Cask is kind of an amateur alchemist.
I'll let you study me if you learn how to create a negative healing potion.
I think we just call that poison.
Yeah.
Do you use formulas?
I did gain a new spell I'd like to try on you, Kral. With your permission.
The last time you used the spell on me, didn't go so great for me.
Where'd this be?
I learned a lot, though.
So what was the significance of the bead?
It's just a thing y'all found.
Okay. I think we should, like, divvy up or hold on to the various potions and scrolls.
Yes,
I
we
don't
should.
think, yeah, I think consumable stuff like that augments our power, we should never sell.
Let me ask, if one of us was to use crafting to combine the peridot and the silver ring and make a peridot silver ring, would it be worth more than just the silver ring and the peridot?
Potentially, the way that would work mechanically is you can use various skills to do a downtime action for earning an income. So functionally, you would spend a certain number of days rolling to earn an income, and whatever you roll would make the extra money on top of whatever that's worth to represent improving the item.
Okay.
That would take a minimum of 4 days.
Not so good of a jeweler, are you there?
I'm a smith.
So in order to avoid, I guess, the things getting sold, we have to assign these items to a particular player.
If you do not want something to get sold, you need to pull it off the party sheet onto one of your character sheets.
Okay.
So I think you should just hold on to the various potions, Ted.
Okay. I'll drag them off.
And I don't know who can use the scroll for stored services.
I can, and I can teach it to my familiar.
Well,
My
if you
familiar
can use it, you should.
um,
Whatever. We're not selling the scrolls.
Yeah,
You
my
should take the
familiar
scroll.
can. Yeah, they can physically consume it and then learn the spell. Then we can use it as much as. I can use it with spell slots.
Dog ate my homework method.
Isn't it bad for a bird to eat too much fiber and paper?
Yeah, it'll be
I
fine.
mean, they won't do it.
That's not really being a very responsible pet owner.
He is not a pet.
I'm talking about.
He will be the first one to tell you that.
I'm talking about him. Talking about you.
Well,
He lets you go out and do dangerous things. He's not a responsible pet owner.
I saw them more as
Yeah.
partners than pet and owner.
Eh,
Let's go here.
I don't really want to get into that
Oh, there
right
we
now.
go. Okay, I remember now. And then
Flim Flam is just stealing everything.
Oh, flim flam.
all these elixirs. Well, I'll gladly hand them off and just making sure that they're not lingering on the party sheet.
I won't let them linger in the group lead.
Yeah, you need to decide at the beginning of the day what your made alchemical items for the day are going to be.
Oh yeah. How many?
You have 8 of those.
Okay. Let me do that.
You should take the scroll, Jeff.
What is this music from? Okay.
Uh,
My crashed again.
Oh.
Just got back up. What is this music from?
one of the Super Mario games.
Okay. Like, this is really familiar.
It's Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. Wow, that's that far back.
If y'all would prefer to just sell the ring and the paradigm, I can leave it on the list. I was gonna try and combine them.
Yeah, hobbies. It's fine.
How do I?
It seems like it would take a while, and I wanted to cook, so maybe I'll put it back.
What's the
It will
ask-
take a little while, and functionally, selling it versus taking time to try and improve the craftsmanship on it will basically net you the same amount of money as if you just sell it now and sell your services to the craftsman later.
That's fine, I'll do that. Put the paradigm back before you sell.
Well, we still have to
There-
get.
Is there a way I can?
Grab the blue dot and
Is there a way
drag
I
it to your
can take it?
inventory.
No,
Yeah,
that's not what I
The
want.
blue dragon
Oh, okay.
icon, click and drag it.
Drop it in your inventory.
Alright. So I think we're good to.
There we go.
The potions that have an asterisk after it, those are the ones I made, I'm assuming, right?
What's that?
When it has an asterisk after it, does that mean that's what I made?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just making sure.
Hey, John. Yeah.
I don't think he can hear you.
Jeffrey.
He looks like he's freezing to me.
I've been kind of getting choppy.
We should update our notes in the game so we can keep track of some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to do that. Hey, that's a nice shirt.
I know,
Oh,
right?
mine?
Triple crossing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
For most
You
of the
got a
stuff,
Hardywood shirt.
for most of the stuff that y'all have, it's a lot of scavenged weaponry. The best place for y'all to go to sell that off is Blades for Glades.
Oh, did we get chitin from the scorpion? Thought we got some.
Not any that would be counted as treasure worth money. Y'all have some, but not anything that's scroungeable for money. So y'all go to the blacksmith shop, Blades for Glades, and y'all recognize the blacksmith that y'all saw at the festival there. This is Carmen Rajani. He is a very he's a very like no nonsense, no patience for anybody kind of guy. So you do not get a warm greeting from him. He's just, what do you want? You slap down a bunch of weapons, and he's just like, this is a bunch of junk. I'm gonna have to melt most of it down for the scrap, but I can pay you for that.
Sounds good. What do you know of the Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet?
You've been here a while, right?
My entire life. I've never been there. The place is cursed.
You know anyone that has been there?
No.
Not too many town folk visited, huh?
He's not the person to just ask this.
He looks increasingly annoyed that you're asking him questions, and he slaps down a handful of silver and copper coins, and starts picking up all of the various blades and stuff and chucking them into scrap barrels.
Best of luck with the smelting.
Is the stuff in the building notification or whatever public knowledge?
On the notice board?
No, like the Blades for Glades or
The little tidbits you have there, written in the description.
for the shop.
Yeah, that's stuff you can very easily find out if you've been here for a few days.
So it's public knowledge that he's descended from one of the.
Oh yeah, he talks about it frequently if he's in the mood to talk. As
Isn't
it
that-
is,
That aren't the town founders the ones who murdered everything in the Dawn Light originally, or am I
yeah, they're like 400 some years ago they killed Belcora at the Gauntlet.
You don't have any family secrets from when your ancestor was there?
Like what?
Mm.
Again, this isn't the guy to ask questions like this.
No,
Only numbers.
and he's
Pass
like
things down.
he's like throwing scrap swords and pieces of metal in the barrel as you're talking. He's like, no, my ancestor, who was displaced nobility, wielded the sword that struck down Belcora.
Is that why you went into smithing?
What happened to the sword?
It's in her tomb, last I checked.
Oh. Who forged it?
What?
Who forged it? No. Any special properties it was forged with?
It's been in the family for centuries.
Do you intend running for mayor again this season since the election cycle's happening?
He scowls even further as soon as you mentioned, yes, I will be running again. And like more forcefully like chucks a sword in a barrel. Is there anything else you want? You want to buy anything?
Was there anything
Reese's
special
basically
about
just
the sword
standing there, just like
that struck
just like
Belcora down?
vibrating.
Yes.
Almost like
yes.
dying fringe.
Is there any business you want to discuss? Then thank you. Have a good day.
Alright. Good luck,
And he
Spencer.
starts. He turns his back at y'all and starts like pumping up bellows, heating up the forge.
Well,
Y'all have to go down to the market to find a person to hawk the jewelry to, but that's pretty easy to do. It's appraised and sold off. Those are wealth items, so those go for 100%.
no one wants to buy a tooth.
Nobody wants to buy a tooth, no. And if you hold it up to them, they kind of, That's weird and creepy.
I think we lost Jeff again.
I think he wandered off.
No, I mean his character is blanking.
Oh, weird.
Oh, it automatically distributes?
Yep.
Neat.
Do break that down to silver. Break that down further to copper. Just do that to make it even.
I think we just lost someone.
Stop again.
Yep.
I think his internet might have dropped. Might as well hotspot it at this point.
Oh, shit. Okay. I need to take the bird off party tracker because he's getting money.
Freaking Sig! I knew I couldn't trust that bird.
Lost the internet there for a second, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Right when your bird was stealing gold from the party.
Nice.
It's not like he's gonna share with you. So he's stealing your gold too.
Since he was a party member, the app was auto-distributing him gold from the
Big per NPC, 6 per NPC.
That's funny.
Well, we figured out why the blacksmith is never elected mayor.
Charming
Oh,
guy.
why is that? Because he's a dick?
Not willing to play politics.
Yeah, basically while y'all are like all grilling him with these answers, Reese just sort of standing there looking like his soul's about to leave his body.
For whatever reason, because he's run for mayor so often, he reminds me of, what is it, Mooney Man? Noonie Man? Noonie Man.
Oh yeah, Noonie Man, yeah.
And that's what I have in my mind now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get another drink and get my food real quick, so I'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Okay. Have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you glad to be back in New Orleans now?
I am, yeah. It was nice being up there, but yeah, it's good to be back.
When did y'all leave?
We left Sunday morning, right before all the storm and everything.
Y'all got lucky.
Like right before the storm, yeah.
Y'all had stayed one day longer.
Yeah.
You'd be here. Probably just 2 extra days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we kind of knew that it was coming, so we, first, so we.
You planned accordingly.
We were planning on. Yeah, we were planning on leaving like that time anyway. So, but yeah, we kept watching. It's like we were like an hour out of Charlotte, and it's like, oh, Charlotte is getting snow right now. And that was pretty much like the whole trip. It was like, oh, we just left that place, and now it's starting to get snow. So it's pretty good that we left.
Yeah, it was chasing you all the way until you got to where it doesn't snow.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was a lot. There's a lot of people in the house, and so it's kind of hard to like basically have any sort of like quiet time really until basically everyone like went to bed, because the Emma, our niece, is 4, and she's 4. So she's generally pretty good. She's a sweet kid, but she was also just kind of having. I think she was just getting overwhelmed with stuff. She was kind of having some meltdowns at the end.
Ready to go back home effectively?
I think it was actually she didn't want to leave.
Oh,
I
the
think
opposite.
she was happy staying there. Yeah. But it was, kind of just because they were there for a month. So it was kind of, it was like, okay, well, we're going to go back to Germany in a couple of days. We're going to go back. And she's kind of just, she would sort of, we would tell her that, and she would kind of just be like, okay. And then she would just, like, okay, well, let's play. And then she would like run off and like play this puzzle or something like that. So she basically was trying to like avoid it at all costs. And then one day, her mom and dad went shopping early in the morning, and she was being watched by grandma. And Emma's room is like kind of right next to the room that we stay in. And it was probably, I don't know, 9 in the morning, and I guess they were watching Louis, and when an episode ended, Christine's mom just was like, all right, that's enough Bluey, Bluey's over, because normally she gets like a certain amount of episodes. But normally they will tell her, like, okay, this is the last episode. After this episode that we watch, then we're gonna,
that way she can prepare and enjoy it.
Else. We're gonna turn it on. And she's like, right. But instead she just went like, okay, Bluey's over, and just shut it off. And Emma fucking lost it. And she was screaming, and she ran up into her room screaming, I hate you, at the top of her lungs. And Christine's mom I don't think knew how to handle it exactly. And we could hear all this because it's like literally right there, and I'm just like lying in bed, just like lying there while I'm hearing this child just, just be like, at the top of her lung.
Yeah. Kids have a much harder
And
time
then
managing
Christine's
their
mom's like, all right, well, I'm
expectations.
just staying here then. She left. Yeah.
Kids have a much harder time managing
Yeah.
their
Well, and
expectations.
Christine's mom was trying to, like, yeah. And then she basically waited like Christine's mom waited like 5 minutes and then like went back to just be like, are you better now? Which just set off another. That was just like
Yeah.
flicking a match into a powder keg. Yeah, I mean the whole time because we could hear her because her bed is like right next to the wall where we're lying there, and she's like, after Christine's mom left for the first time, you could just hear Emma like crying and saying like, "I hate my mom. I hate my mom." It's like, okay, just like say that over and over. It's like, jeez. Like she doesn't even think anyone's listening. And it's just like
they'll
saying
see
that.
it even if you're listening, dude.
Oh no, totally, yeah. But it's like she wasn't even like saying it to say it to anyone. She was just saying it because that's how she felt at the moment.
The
But then,
arguments
like by
are
the
going to
time
be
we got up,
irrational until
because
we're
we kind of were just
mid-20s.
like, yeah. But like by the time that we got up and like, because we were kind of like, we're not going to get up right now, and so we waited in our room for a little bit. By the time we got up and went down there, though, she was totally fine. Like, it never even happened. So, I don't know. I don't like blame her because she's 4, but it's also like it's just constant, and so
What having kids is like.
yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know how Julie does it. Christine's sister. I don't know. Well, then they also have a 10-month-old who he can crawl, and he's super happy, and he's like he's really easy in like that sense, but he's also just like there's like a flight of stairs, and he will like just crawl to the stairs and just immediately just try to climb up the stairs, which is like not something that you want an unsupervised 10-month-old to do. But like like one time he started crawling up and I was just right behind him, just sort of like putting my hands out. Just it's like if you fall, I'm gonna catch you and it's no problem. Basically just spotting him. But he climbed all the way to the top. Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Whenever he saw
Yeah, sorry about that.
whenever the baby saw
Luella's
Indy,
not.
he would,
Luella's not feeling good, so I had to
Oh.
throw some dinner in the sous vide when I got home. No worries.
oh, yeah. Hope she's feeling better.
Yeah, I'll get there. All right.
I'm glad you didn't just let the child go upstairs without supervision.
Yeah,
No, I ended
definitely
up watching him.
the smart decision.
I ended up watching him like quite a bit. I mean, he's generally pretty happy, and he would, like when he sees you, he's just like, and then it's like okay, and he would make screeching noises, but then you're like, oh, this baby is in pain or in distress, and you look at him and he's laughing. So I mean, he was generally like super happy, but he was also very loud and very busy. So
Yeah, wish you could bottle that energy.
yeah, it's nice to be home just for quiet.
Or that feeling before the world
Oh.
smashes your expectations of it. Yeah,
Innocence, I believe.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's also,
All right.
He's
Y'all
also too
sell
young
off
to
some junk?
understand anything you're telling him. So, yeah.
Alright, y'all sell off some junk, and you have some coin in pocket now, so where y'all heading after you sell off stuff?
I'm gonna steal Siegfried's coin.
It has been distributed.
Okay.
I want him to learn the spell, although I think it's actually a level 2 spell. So he may not be able to learn it yet from the scroll. And I think it's actually called Sound Body and not Restore Senses.
Yeah, not everything. This is a pre-remaster adventure path, so we still have some of the old spell names in there.
Yeah. Okay. If he can't learn it yet, then I'll just hold on to it.
Would the blacksmith be the place to buy climbing gear and a crowbar and a pick?
The best place would probably be the market.
Okay. As long as we stop there at some point.
But do you want to buy from that guy?
The Smith probably had three of them. Yeah.
I mean, if he's got the best quality pick, I don't care how much of an asshole he is.
He does sell, make and sell tools, so you can buy stuff from him. But a lot of the stuff that he's got somebody who operates a stall for him in the market that also sells their stuff.
Perfect.
Eventually better, because then we don't have to deal with them.
PR.
Yeah.
All right, and since y'all have found a magical weapon with runes on it, now's a good time to talk about how weapons and armor work here. Everything is modular, and runes can be swapped on and off of weapons and armor with a little bit of money and effort. So Thorin has a +1 rapier. That +1 weapon property rune can be taken off and put onto any other weapon that y'all have for 10% of the rune's cost. And so for just the +1, it's 3.5 gold, I think.
Okay.
That's cool.
Neat.
The blacksmith looked like he had enough room to accommodate, like, someone else working in his area.
Yeah, it's a big place.
Okay.
He's not, however, strike you as the friendly type who likes other people working in his space.
Understood.
Friendly at all.
It's music from The Sims.
Which we do.
So we have the Osprey Club we could check out. I don't know how much we want to like. We definitely should like talk about how much we want to talk to them. Do I know? Is Osprey Club like? They're not like. I know they're like a thieves guild, but they're not necessarily like evil or like bandits or anything, huh? They're not like harmful. They're just more like smugglers or what?
It's kind of an open secret that the thieves guild in town operates out of Crook's Nook, but other than that, there's not a lot that's known about them. Just it's assumed that it's pickpocketing, and you don't know a lot of local townsfolk who seem to complain about it a lot. So you assume that they mostly target out-of-towners.
Yeah.
And you're also not sure why, if it's such an open secret, why Captain Longsaddle puts up with it.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. I was just thinking that if they were like really that much of a nuisance, then he would probably have, because he's a hard ass. So he's either got some sort of deal with them, or they don't really target locals and mostly stay. I mean, I think judging from what we saw at the boat, I think some sort of smuggling is probably can assume is probably something that they do.
There are definitely rumors of smugglers operating, like moving stuff through the fog fen. So
Yeah.
it might be some kind of smuggling operation.
I mean, it seems like something that Thieves Guild would do, so,
Doesn't seem outside the realm of possibility for sure.
yeah. I mean, we could go talk to Barnaby? Barnaby or Barnabas?
Barnaby is the
Barnaby.
cook at
Yeah.
at Crook's Nook, and he does not generally talk to a lot of people, or he's notoriously reclusive.
Yeah. So we might not be able to get much information there, but we could try to confront them with knowledge there, and see if they have any information about other going-ons. Or as I mentioned, like maybe asking around town about other things, like trying to find out if anyone's actually been to the Gauntlet. The Osprey Club, we know now has gone there, at least on the outside, so they may have some information.
They may. It's a good place to start. Maybe they will tell us anything they know about it.
I mean,
Doubtful.
through the shop, but they may, yeah. We might, they might not, I don't assume they're going to be super helpful. But-
I agree with that, but
Yeah. Maybe if we reveal some information about the, what we saw and stuff in there, then they might be,
Yeah, I don't think they'll freely give any information, but if it's transactional,
right.
like you could probably pay for information.
Yeah. And I don't know how much information we want to, like, give them, really. What's everyone's thoughts on that, by the way? Just like how much information we should give
I'm a
out to
guest
others.
in this town. I don't know
I'm a
who to
guest as
trust
well.
anymore.
And, like,
I'm counting on your knowledge of these
I was
folks.
guided here, so yeah, you're our social guide for this town.
I would
I mean,
think
I-
only been here
Yinya's
less
Mera
than a
would
week.
probably know probably more than us about what goes on in town.
But I think from dealing in social situations previously, we should tread carefully, especially if we're going to reveal potentially a smuggling ring for the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
There's
Well, we do-
definitely some form of conspiracy.
Yeah, that is true. We do know that there are people trying to do potentially some, even if not harm, they're trying to do some sort of damage to the town.
Yeah, there's definitely a concern for some of the ongoings in this town.
Yeah,
Almost looks like the beginnings of a power struggle.
Especially with the new election coming up.
right.
Definitely something afoot.
I don't know if the blacksmith, I know he's always in the running, but I don't think that he is the type to try to use some sort of skullduggery to get the mayorship.
Oh no, I don't think so either. I think he's just stubborn.
Yeah.
Do we know what the disaster that destroyed the Thirsty Alpaca is?
Nope.
Do I
I
know
asked
it
the
is?
question if the
Otari
docks
or
had been
something?
destroyed.
You can roll Otari lore if you like.
Okay.
I would
If the
think
docks
if
would have been destroyed, who would have
Benefited?
lost out on that?
well, I know one person who would have benefited is the lumber yards, because then they'd have to rebuild it, and you'd have to sell all that lumber for reconstruction.
But the lumber yards are the ones using the docks, so they might lose profits just because they can't use it.
Yeah, they ship a lot of their lumber out of the docks, so
I think it would have hurt the
they would have
lumberyard.
lost money as well.
It would have definitely
Yeah.
hurt the fishing as well, because that looks like the only actual dock.
For fishing, and it would have shut down. I'm sure it would affect the Thieves Guild, because you can't smuggle anything, or you can't grab anything from crates or whatnot if you're unloading or
Different
loading
people
up.
own different sections of this dock, Reese.
Actually, it might help the Thieves Guild, because if you can't get anything through the dock, the smuggling becomes a lot more profitable.
That is true.
Reese, with your lore check, there is a lot of speculation around town about what happened to the Thirsty Alpaca. It was the largest and most popular tavern in town, but just nobody knows for sure what happened. One day it just collapsed, and a handful of people died. The owner has been missing since.
Oh man.
And yeah, there's not been a lot of investigation into it because people talk about weird stuff happening around there, like strange sounds and weird lights. So people think that the ruins are haunted and they kind of steer clear of them.
Town, man.
Maybe we should go check that out.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, you said you know a little bit about the smithy. Maybe you could see if anything was sabotaged. I know it's ruins and it's all burnt, but you never know.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Maybe we could find.
See if
Some
there
sort
was
of
like
cause.
presence of an accelerant or some other kind of clue.
Yeah.
Why don't we go get some tools and then we'll head over there?
Okay. I like that idea.
Yeah. The Osprey Club probably won't be. We probably want to go there a little bit later anyway, because I mean, I'd imagine a Thieves Guild is probably going to be more jumping in the middle of the night, you know.
I'm sure they work in the middle of the day too, under cover of
Yeah,
other
I
jobs.
guess.
It's not all
They're
skullduggery.
on the
at night.
tavern.
Reese,
Yeah.
is there anyone here you know and trust explicitly that might be able to keep an eye on, like, things that are going on in maybe the main area of town while we're deep in the catacombs trying to solve this other mystery?
Let's see. I have some names here. I mean, Rin. I trust her implicitly.
We could check
She-
back with her too to see if she.
Yeah, she was up all night studying. She's not. If for someone to watch out for the going-ons in town, like all the political moves being made, she's not the person for that. Like, but I do trust her. The town guard captain, Longsaddle. I think that we can trust him. He's a hard ass and
But he's honest.
kind of a bit of yeah. He's kind of a bit of a dick, and he's no fun really. But I do think that he's honest and has the
He might be on the take.
Also, if we give him information, he's the kind of person who would sit back and watch it or act on it preemptively.
mm,
On the other hand, he might be on the take, as this is not exactly a secret smuggling, and it's still going on.
yeah. I don't know if we can. I don't know about that. That seems a bit out of character for him, I guess. But I also don't know him like really well personally. But he does seem like a stand-up guy, but that doesn't mean that, doesn't mean that he can't be. The head priestess of the Dawnflower Library, Vandy Vanderdash. She also seems pretty trustworthy, I think. She's pretty knowledgeable and friendly, but I mean, people can hide secrets. So, knowing that there is an active conspiracy in the town, I'm not really sure who we can actually trust. Besides, like I said, Rin, because she's also going to be outside of all the politics of it, because she just doesn't really care for that. It's not really her jam.
I mean, the explosion of the docks would have definitely affected the current mayor's election chances if it was politically motivated.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't discount that it was also economically motivated as well, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the mayor himself seems to be he's likable enough. He's a little bit too much of a politician for my taste, but he does seem like, I don't think that he has any evil intentions or anything. I'm friends with his daughter.
Are there two lumber yards or just one?
I thought there was three.
There were three.
Three,
There were
right?
three. I think
Yeah.
there's three.
Do they all use the same dock?
Yep. The town kind of owns the docks, but the mayor owns the lumber yard and the giant's wheel that powers it that all three companies use. The other companies pay to use the lumber mill.
When is the election?
In about 2 months.
Is there a place where we've noticed that the lumber mill workers may gather after a shift?
One of the various
Yeah.
taverns around town. It depends on the person.
If this whole dock were to get disrupted economically, it would be really bad for the city, right?
Yeah, the city's main business is the lumber yard, the lumber mill, but the dock is where all of the commerce goes in and out of. So, just off the top of y'all's heads, the two people who have been here for at least a couple of years, you can't think of anybody who would not be negatively impacted economically if the dock was damaged.
Right. But from a political standpoint, this mayor, how long has he been in office? How many terms?
At least the last 4 terms.
Last 4. Yeah, it could impact him pretty negatively.
Yeah, he's been mayor here for a solid 20 plus years.
If the main economic driver of the city is damaged under his watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a huge political loss. Yeah, and you said the election's in 2 months. Is that about the peak of summertime then?
Yeah, it'd be right about the middle of summer. Alright, so where y'all want to head?
Merchant stall?
Alright. Going there, this is several stalls. It's an open air market with, the backdrop is like some log cabins, with the coast right behind it. So there's a bunch of tents and stalls set up here to sell various goods. Y'all can see the main proprietor of the place is Len Lathanar, and he's kind of walking around talking with some people, exchanging some information. He's a elderly-looking man, kind of maybe in his 60s or 70s, with graying orange mutton chops.
and he's just kind of chatting with one of the stall owners right now. But yeah, any basic gear y'all want, y'all can pretty easily find here.
Okay.
So you were looking for a crowbar and a climbing kit?
And a pickaxe.
And a pickaxe.
And holy water if it's out here, but I think we have to go to a temple for that.
I mean,
What
I have a
temples
crowbar
are-
and a climbing kit. The only thing I don't have is a pickaxe.
What churches or temples are in town?
Okay, so just a pickaxe.
Biggest man of the Dawnflower.
I think the Dawnflower is where he said we could get holy water.
I think that might. Well, we could also probably get holy water from the Druid Circle nature priest section. Possibly.
Potentially, the easiest place you'd go is probably the Dawnflower Library. It's a huge structure that's noticeable from most parts of town here.
Okay. Well, I will, I'll just get the pickaxe since Thorin has a crowbar and a climber's kit already.
Okay. You can get a pick for about 7 silver pieces.
Sounds good. How do I add that? Let's see.
I'll throw it on your sheet.
Okay.
Definitely music stems.
It is a martial weapon, so you are not combat proficient in it.
That's fine. I only mostly want to use it for, like, in case we need to clear a wall or something. Is there a place where I could buy a second shield?
The blacksmith would probably be the place to get a shield. Or the garrison.
I guess, can I, like, retroactively stay behind and grab one
Yeah,
and catch
easily.
up? Or do I need to go
For
back
sure.
there? Okay, I'm going to get another large steel shield
Okay.
again. And just leave the crushed one in my room. to
It
repair.
takes 10 minutes to repair a shield.
Okay.
For the cost of the steel shield, you can get a repair kit.
Okay, that's fine.
And you could repair your own stuff in between fights.
I'm going to take 10 minutes to repair my shield before we go to this burned down.
Well,
But it sounds like you can take kits with you as well, and whenever you need to, while we're out adventuring, you can repair it.
Like,
How much are they?
Repair kit is 2 gold.
Can I get like 4 of them?
You only need 1.
Okay. So it's not consumed.
No,
Oh,
it's a redo.
okay. Yeah, I think the only other thing that I'm interested in right now is holy water.
Alright, so pull 2 gold and 7 silver off your sheet.
To exchange some for platinum.
Silver. So yeah, 27 silver.
I don't have any gold. How do I exchange them?
For the 2 things, buying them from the market would just be 27 silver, so you can just mark that off. Most of the dealing, silver is the general currency that most people deal in.
I guess what I'm asking is how do I modify my silver?
On your inventory sheet, just click on the number there and you can make changes to it.
Okay, so I have 18 platinum, 0 gold,
That is,
and 5 silver.
you do not have 18 platinum. That box there is the total value of all of your stuff. So the one next to it that says treasure, you can click on the silver piece box and modify it.
Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong thing.
How do you?
How much?
27 silver pieces.
Okay.
You're
Got it.
wearing a positive wealth of items.
Can I do something weird
Like what?
without being called out for like shamelessly stealing it from an anime?
Huh?
Can I do something weird without being shamelessly called out for stealing it from an anime?
What do you want to do?
Tie the holy water like in a rope basket that I can like swing around if they're incorporeal creatures?
Mechanically, not really. It's a splash weapon, so you have to throw it.
I know. I was reading on forums, and people were saying it still affects incorporeal creatures, but it will not
Yep.
break if it hits them.
That is the trick with incorporeal creatures.
Incorporeal creatures hate this one trick.
Clickbait.
All right, so
I'll pack it away for now.
y'all got stuff from the market. Where y'all going from there?
Go check out these ruins.
Yeah, that was our where we go.
Okay. Y'all. Cross over the big bridge in front of Crook's Nook and turn right up Wisp Street, and you just got to go up a block, and there are the ruins. They are very obvious.
Let's see here. Can I see it from the city map or that we're at?
Yeah, you can see it on the city map.
Ah, yeah, I see. It's up in the top left-hand corner.
It is right. Oop, ping. Where's my ping? There it is. Right here.
Oh. Oh, that's the oh, I was looking at something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks like a crater on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sure enough, when you all walk up there, it looks like the building just collapsed on itself.
Weird.
It's also supposedly haunted.
Yeah, y'all don't see any evidence of it being haunted. No lights, no weird sounds, but it's just... It looks like it's been sitting there, like... Nobody's done anything with it. It's been getting rained on and for a while, so it's... There's puddles of water that are collecting in the dirt at the bottom.
Where's this at?
I'll ping the map
Here,
again.
look at where my character's at.
Over here.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You link the map again. It wiped it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Thing. I'll add it. Not far.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
taking a look at it, it just looks like the
Moved.
building collapsed.
What is there a role we can do to like investigate it?
Y'all can... What y'all got for
Because it
skills?
looks like it's remained pretty
Most
much.
of them?
I don't think I have anything that would be pertinent personally, but
I have most of them.
You have a lot, yes. Seeing if y'all have any relevant lores.
Mining.
Mining lore or engineering lore for Thorin would be relevant roles for sure.
I don't have
Secret.
mining lore, but I do have. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
you got engineering. That'd be a good role. Yeah, looking at it, you would... A collapse like this, it's gone down far enough into the ground that the building's foundations would have had to have been compromised somehow, like by tunneling underneath it or something.
So it's definitely not like fire that caused this.
No, you don't see any evidence of fire damage. It just looks like it collapsed, like maybe a sinkhole, something like that. Or with y'all are dwarves, so y'all have seen what cave-ins look like, and this could result from something like that. Like if somebody was digging under the building, and
Does it look like any of the surrounding buildings were affected?
no.
That might,
So it was
When,
definitely targeted.
that might explain why he
addition, while we're
disappeared
examining
entirely
this,
too.
I want to try and make sure that there's no one watching that we're examining this.
Now, by this time, it's approaching noon about now, and y'all don't see a lot of people around town at this point. Most people have filed out to go to their jobs,
Okay.
and so the streets are not empty. Like there's people going about like chores, like doing deliveries and stuff. But this section of town, there's not a lot of people nearby, so y'all are just kind of walking by, taking a look, giving it a quick examination.
Who was the proprietor of this before they disappeared?
So I have mining lore, so I'm gonna hop in there and try and see if I can find if there was a tunnel underneath by just maybe uncovering boards that are covering up the middle or whatever.
The proprietor was a man named Litton, and nothing special about him. He was just a well-known tavern owner here, and when this collapsed, he's gone missing, and nobody's seen him since.
Do we know when it happened?
A few weeks ago.
Okay, so it's fairly recent.
Oh yeah,
Less than 2 months ago.
So a lot of people had died here. Was there a big rescue effort to try to uncover people from the collapse?
Yeah, you can see spots where the rubble has been moved and shifted around. So the bodies were all recovered. And it was less than half a dozen people who died in total, and like half of them were people from out of town.
Oh, tourists,
they-
that's fine.
Were they interred in the graveyard?
Most people who die here these days are usually cremated. So the only people who get buried in the cemetery these days are old families and traditionalists who have like family mausoleums and stuff there.
Well, I'm not against hopping down and seeing what we can see.
Yeah, the like sinkhole area here is like maybe only a couple of feet deep once you get down into it. It looks like the rubble here has been at least at one point dug through, probably during the rescue attempts to see who they could find in there. But getting down in there, it's like packed earth and stone. There's no like openings or anything going below.
Okay, so it's not like there's actual tunnels that we can see.
No. No, if it was a cave-in or a collapse or something, then any tunnels that were underneath here had to have totally collapsed.
That's fair.
Who actually owns the property? Was it owned by the barkeep, or was he renting out?
Make an Otari lore check.
Okay.
Ooh. How awesome is that?
The ownership of the ruins here has kind of been up in the air with the owner missing. It's kind of defaulted to the town, and nobody owns it, which is part of the reason why, in addition to the rumors of it being haunted, nothing's been done with it, because officially nobody currently owns it.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So it's basically urban blight at this point that nobody has stepped up to do anything with yet, because it's still only been a few weeks since it happened.
Right.
Yeah, with all the people losing their lives, of course, there's going to have that creepy, haunted vibe as well. It's so fresh in everyone's memory.
Yeah, it's only 6 people, and like half of them were tourists, which are they even really people?
What I wonder is if there was a tunnel to under here, it had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he disappeared. He was in the tunnel, or he got absconded into the tunnel, or he was the one digging the tunnel.
Or it came from one of these 4 houses surrounding it.
Something like that? It's conceivable if he was trying to like excavate a basement or something, he may have done a bad job at it and not shored up the foundations and collapsed his own building, but who knows at this point.
Then there were reports of supernatural, right?
Yeah, y'all don't see any evidence of anything like that happening right now in the
Yeah,
middle
but
of the day.
recall, people just died here as well. So whenever you have deaths on the premises, someone's going to be creeped out and make up or see things.
Well, just
Yeah.
to
And
be
this is-
sure, I'm going to pull out a gem and start focusing through it and cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You do not detect any unusual, unknown magic here.
Okay. I drop it then. Strange.
So the foundation was compromised, though. So it wasn't fire or it wasn't water. It was a compromise from the very base of the structure and then collapsed down.
Looks like
It
it.
looks like it collapsed, not there was an explosion from underneath or something like that.
No explosion.
Like
There's
caving.
no damage to any of the surrounding buildings, and it's all localized. It looks like it just caved in on itself.
I mean, does it seem like? Does it seem like intentionally sabotaged?
Kind of impossible
Or-
to tell.
Or what?
You froze up on me there.
Bad.
Yeah, say that again.
So I mean, like, it doesn't seem like it's like does it seem like it could be a natural thing, or is this like definitely something was?
From here, it's kind of impossible. It's impossible to tell. It could have been he was digging out his basement or something and did not shore up the foundations. It could have been a sinkhole. It could have been, people trying to dig their way out of Alcatraz under the house and collapse the tunnel. It's impossible to tell. Yeah, digging around in here for a little while. This feels very much.
I was about to say pretty much dead end for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may connect. It may connect at some point later on, but yeah,
now.
I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just really interesting that the barkeep is the one who had disappeared. So I think that's the
It's
interesting.
interesting.
Thing.
Well, the tavern owner, not necessarily just a barkeep.
Yeah.
So, immediately to the north of this, like right across the street, y'all can see a large manor. And the two locals, y'all know that that is Inkelholt's Manor. It's the operating base of one of the local lumber companies, the Whistledown Cutters. And y'all have seen notices up that Lady Inkelholt is trying to hold fundraisers to build up the money to purchase this lot and build a school here.
What about the, looks like the complex to the left?
That is another large manor. And the two locals can tell you that is Churtle Manor, where the guy that Reese played chess with
Yeah.
operates out of.
So I'm
So it's
assuming
third
these two manors
lumber.
are the two other lumber yard owners besides the mayor.
Yep.
Well, that's suspicious.
Yeah, the ruins are directly across the street from Inkelholt's Manor.
It's kind of also weird that there's just a dead end between both of their manors.
Well, so you were talking about a tunnel next to the neighboring house, but perhaps there's a tunnel that links between the collapse and that manor. Is there a
Could
way
be one
that
of
you can
either
inspect the
manor.
ground to see if there's a hollowness to it? Is that something you could do with to see if the ground is solid or if there's like an echo underneath?
I have cavern lore, but I don't know if that'll help.
You would need some kind of magic probably to do that.
Yeah.
I'll tap the ground a few times and then tap the goblin's head to see if it sounds similar.
We could excavate it all.
This is also a wealthier part of town here with these two manors. Like the houses over here are kind of nicer, so digging up the middle of the street here would probably not be very well received.
Put on some hats and block off the roads and get some shovels.
Hit pull a Ghostbusters too.
What's that?
What's that?
It is really. I know we probably can't figure this out yet, but it is really suspicious that this house is right there, collapsed from there, and they want to buy it
purchase.
and build a school on it, because who's going to go poking around underneath school?
What's the part under the house look like? Does it look like it's like clay and dirt, or is there rock?
On the collapsed tavern, it's mostly like packed dirt and rock.
Well, what I'm thinking, if there is a collapsed tunnel, it might still be a little loose. We could just pour a bunch of water and see what else starts collapsing.
It's also been raining in this a few times, so
Yeah, it's not.
it's plenty.
dry.
It's plenty wet. Like jumping down into there, y'all step into some puddles and stuff. It's
Okay.
Also, we're fairly close to the river, so it also likely is wet
Yeah.
from that.
And also, this is a swamp, so
It's not a swamp.
And we're in a valley.
yeah.
yeah.
Are we in direct line sight of the manor, or is all the canopies of trees kind of blocking the view from the manor, from the collapsed area, from the?
No, you can see the manor from where you're at. Like there's a decorative wall around the property there, and the trees are very well tended.
So that means that potentially, if there's windows or whatnot, they can see onto the ruins as well.
Oh yeah, you can see some windows on like the front and the side of the house that are looking directly onto where y'all are standing. You don't see anybody like watching you or anything, but yeah, this lot is viewable directly from the manor.
Yeah.
The notices that y'all have seen about trying to raise the money to rebuild the lot into a school are fairly recent. Like they only showed up after the collapse.
So I'm assuming if they're looking to raise funds, they're looking for public funds, so that this would be a public school owned by the town,
That's the rumor.
but administered probably by the stakeholders in the manor.
Yeah, you assume it's probably a like a PR thing that Whistle Down Cutters is trying to do to make themselves look good in the town.
Yeah. Is there word, does official notice that they're running for the mayorship?
Oh no,
No. Okay.
no. There's it's still a couple of months out, so like nobody's been like heavily campaigning or anything. But generally, Osef Menhemes does not have a lot of people running against him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been running for. I mean, he's been mayor for like 20 years, so it's probably him, the blacksmith who's just always on the, always
Also,
on there and everyone
if my
expects him to be-
business is to engage in lumbering, and like I'm running against my opponent who owns the lumber mill, that's probably not going to be great for me.
No, y'all
Financially.
know that the mayor has a reputation for burning the candle at both ends because he daily oversees the operations of the town and his lumber company. So the other two don't seem to have a whole lot of interest in really running the town themselves because they kind of spend all their time running their companies.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And in this instance, like opening up a school gives them an ability to kind of work in a public space without having to have that office.
Yeah, it strikes y'all as like a very like PR
Motivated.
yeah, very, very PR motivated thing of, the make the town. It's the company looking to invest back into the town.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
And then probably the lumber that would come to build the school would come from their yard.
More than likely.
So they can
So
award
there's probably
themselves
some corruption inherent in this project, but
Sometimes not everything is like pure evil.
yeah,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a
would-
hookup
the town-
on wood.
the town still has been here for a couple of hundred years and does not have anything close to like a publicly available school, so it would be a good thing for the town
Oh
to
yeah,
have.
yeah. And if they provide the wood, it would still be kind of on the cheaper side, as opposed to maybe having to outsource it.
And they would be
Right.
able to have a hand in making sure what the students get taught, controlling the town forever.
All right, so where are y'all heading from here? You kind of hit a dead end with this here. It's a collapsed lot.
Guess we go to the Thieves Guild. What's that inn called?
Crooksnook.
Osprey?
Crooks Nook.
Yeah,
Crooksnook.
were we not there
Osprey's the
moments
one.
ago?
Y'all passed by it a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't stop in.
We need to stop in and give him his
Like right here.
Oh, his
Scorpion.
scorpion meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't stay fresh forever.
On the bridge.
All right, so y'all walk a block down the street and start up the bridge, and there is a tavern that is built into the bridge in the middle of it there over the river.
Oh, that's awesome.
Does it look like there's like a port or bottom that side or something that can go into the river?
Not that you can see.
Is the other bridge higher or lower or same elevation?
This bridge is is higher and kind of arched and looks like it had a little more money poured into it. So like the bridge itself and the building kind of look like a unit. So they might have paid to have this whole thing constructed as a piece.
That's fair. But I mean the bridge directly north of it, is it lower elevation? So
That's a more lower bridge, yeah.
So if we stand on the bridge, we can possibly see underneath the arch bridge.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I want to check to see if if I can see a smuggling hole. It makes sense. That'd be a perfect place to get things in and out.
Yeah, you do see tucked under the bridge. You have to kind of like walk around a little bit to spot it. There is like a ladder that leads down to like a very small, not necessarily hidden dock, but it is tucked out of the way.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it's entirely possible that somebody, that ships come up there, boats come up there in the middle of the night and they smuggle things through this place.
Oh, they
You
don't
do not-
need the dock for their smuggling operation. That makes sense.
You do not currently see any boats docked there.
We should have inspected that other boat to see if there's any markings on it.
I think that they're.
Yeah, there was the carving of a bird on that boat.
Yeah. I was thinking there was something that we knew.
That associated with it? Gotcha.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's what we knew.
unlike a lot of the other establishments in town, this does not have a catchy drawing or anything on the sign out front. It just says Crook's Nook above the door.
So this assumes that clientele can read.
Yeah, most people in town are literate, at least a little bit.
I mean, but that's traditionally why you would have pictures.
Excuse me.
Walking inside, it's a fairly nice tavern. There's not a lot of people in here in the middle of a workday. You see one guy who's kind of half passed out at the bar, but other than that, it's pretty empty in here. But the place smells of spices and seafood, and it smells great in here.
I think I'm gonna get a bucket of crabs.
Best seafood in town.
Pull out the larger portion of the scorpion that we still have and like lay it on the bar.
Oh yeah, but the Barnaby could probably whip up.
Steven, you did miss Nana giving everyone crabs, so
Absolute delight of a feast.
We were told you might know how to cook one of these.
When you walk in, there is nobody at the bar right away, so you kind of are left standing there for a minute. And eventually, a kind of short human woman with dark skin and dark hair comes out from behind the bar and steps up. She looks at the scorpion remains on the bar and kind of like quirks an eyebrow and looks at the group of you and says, "What can I do for you, gentlemen?" And she looks like this.
Let's see.
I recognize her as.
Yeah,
Yin
it is.
Yasmira.
It is Yin Yasmira.
Yeah.
At night, she would probably not be the person manning the bar, or manning the whole tavern floor here. She's got employees that generally do that, but during the slower section of the day, it's probably just her in here right now.
Probably
We were
doing whatever.
informed by some others that if anyone in this town knew how to cook this, it would be here.
Yeah, kind of like lifts up the tail, like looking at the various pieces of it. She's like, "Is this scorpion?"
Yes, almost ate 3 of us.
Yes.
We want to eat it back.
It's
I'm gonna
fresh.
eat it back.
I see. I see. Hold on a moment. And she like turns around and walks back through the door.
I'm gonna try to like look and see if I can see Barnaby.
As the door opens, you see like a puff of steam come out. And you can kind of hear clanking around back there, but you can't see directly into the kitchen. She comes back out a few minutes later and is like, "Yeah, I think we could do something with that." And she starts gathering pieces up on like a big platter and moving them back to the kitchen. You want any drinks or anything? It's about midday.
Yeah, it's good
I
for drinks.
would
Ought you
Love.
never ask.
a crab. I would love a bucket of crab
Certainly.
and.
I'll try.
I'm gonna
I'll
look,
try the
I'm
crab.
gonna look at
It's
him
good.
like you guys should definitely get some crabs.
Yeah, y'all settle in for a minute. She comes back out and pours y'all some drinks, and about 15, 20 minutes later, she starts bringing out food. Starts with the asked for bucket o' crabs. Yeah, just about any seafood y'all would want, you could get here.
What are we supposed to do with these things? Holding it up by its pincher.
Yeah, I don't find many of these in the mines. Like,
I'm just gonna start tearing into them.
Or
like,
dwarves just eat it shell and all.
Yeah, I'll just. It's very crunchy.
watch it for a minute,
No.
rip the legs
I'll-
out, and just start gnawing on one.
I'll show them. I'll show them the proper way to open it and like and to like do it. I'll just tear into them, but as only a true local could.
Yeah, so a like good quality seafood meal and some drinks probably cost y'all about like 1 silver apiece. And yeah, after about half an hour there, she brings out a platter with some sliced chunks of strange white flaky meat and bowls of stew. So the scorpion has been broken down with tubers and spicy peppers and stuff to make a stew, and some steaks out of the larger chunks of meat, and it is excellently prepared.
Oh, this is good scorpion. Reminds me of home.
Yeah, meat was starting to go a little bit gamey, but you got the most select chunks, and it is definitely well done. An exquisite meal.
Barnaby he's a goddamn genius. He's a wizard.
He won in the competition just yesterday.
Yin is like picking up glasses, and she's just like,
Absolutely, that's why I keep him here.
After my reverie on the delicious meal is coming to an end, I'm gonna kind of lean in so that hopefully only the table can hear it and just say like,
There's only like one other person here, and he's passed out on the bar.
yeah. I was like, do you guys wanna? Should we ask Yasmira about the boat?
This would be a good opportunity because it's just her.
This time, there's no one, you know?
Yeah,
She's gonna tell us. It would be in private,
yeah,
or, you know, as close as this is to private.
yeah. Does anyone wanna?
Did we? How does it work? Do we just give some money?
Oh my god.
I'm not good at this Rogan stuff.
But does anyone want to lead the conversation here?
Is this talking about the boat that we discovered at the?
Are you a charisma-based class or are you an intelligence-based class?
Me?
Yes.
Intelligence.
So I don't think we have any.
We don't have any.
My charisma is negative.
No.
We don't,
Yeah.
I don't think we have a.
Might
This
have
works
to use
out
money
better.
here.
Yeah, I have a zero.
That's higher than my charisma.
Well, none of us are going to be the new mayor.
I'm gonna pull a couple silver out of my pocket and put it on the table in front of Reese.
Most of us are not really locals, so I don't think we'd be running anyway.
But is this is about the boat we found while we were investigating the lighthouse?
One
Yeah.
with the bird on it, yeah. And it had a pastry which was supposed to be from here, correct?
Yes, and the boat, the figurehead of it, or like the front of it, was carved into the shape of like an osprey. Like it was pretty much an osprey club boat that was there.
So I think the appropriate
And
way to
there
go
for-
about this.
And hold on. Sorry. How long ago did the building burn down?
A couple weeks
few
ago.
weeks ago. Less than 2 months.
And we didn't think the boat's been there. Could it have been roughly an equivalent time?
No, the
No.
boat's much more recent. About like
Yeah,
a week,
couple
a week or
boats
two
just-
at most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ted.
No, yeah. I'm thinking what we can do though is, we don't come off as accusatory. We should like talk about how we found some of her property that she might want to reclaim.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, hey, found a boat.
Yeah, and it had your markings on it. You might be like, boats are expensive. You probably want to reclaim this.
Well, she comes back out of the kitchens and starts collecting plates and bowls.
Oh, this is the
There's
opportunity.
a stack of 4
Um,
silver in front of you if you want to use it.
Well, I'd say we just open with the information, like providing information, see where that goes.
I'll just it's like, hey, Monsieur Yasmira, do you have a second? We have some information and some maybe sensitive information we'd like to talk to you about.
Sensitive information, then? That seems quite destined. What's on your mind?
Well, we found I believe an Osprey Club boat.
When you say Osprey Club, she kind of pauses and like looks around the bar. What would make you think that?
I'll describe the like the figurehead. It also had one of Barnaby's unmistakable delectable fish pie that was few days old
But still good.
kind of stat.
I see. That does sound like my boat that is normally moored under here for picking things up from the docks.
So yeah, we figured you probably would want to get it back. Those are probably not so cheap.
Yes. She like looks around the bar and looks at the guy at the end of the bar who's clearly like snoring softly. And she kind of leans on the bar and says, "Okay. A little over a week ago, 4 of my employees absconded with my boat. I had no idea where they had went. They did not tell me where they were going ahead of time. I would definitely like the boat back. I would also like to know what happened to my employees. So, if you could find some time to return the boat, that would be greatly appreciated. If not, I can send some people up there to pick it up. That's not urgent. Where did you find the boat?
What can you tell us about the employees?
They're specialists. They're not bar staff. Where did you find the boat?
We
Around the same place we found our breakfast.
Yeah.
we found it by just outside
bite of
the
the scorpion.
Gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
Yeah.
What the hell were they doing there?
There's a few outbuildings and kind of boathouses out there. It was moored kind of at like by one of those.
Yeah, pretty close to
Yeah,
the
we
White
didn't
House.
see any trace of them besides stashed.
Yeah, this sounds like some of Goral's stupid ideas. Probably looking for smugglers' caches or treasure. Who knows?
That's
Looks
what
like
was
you
our thought. Yeah.
If you can find out where my people ended up, I would reimburse you for the trouble, especially if they've gotten themselves into some kind of danger there. So, I'll send somebody to pick up the boat now that I know where it is. There's 4 of them. Damn idiots. If you can find out what happened to them, and if they're alive, get them back. If not, just let me know what happened to them. I will reimburse you generously.
Is there any other information that you could provide on what was going on in their head that could be used as like a lead on why they were there?
One of the ones that's missing is Goral Fetters, and he always had more ambition than sense, so there's no telling what he conned the others into looking for there. I don't know. But he's not one of my more subtle employees.
Okay, excellent.
What are their ancestries? Or
Human.
whatever they're all human? Any distinctive markings?
I think
or clothing?
I think Ziskali might be half elf.
Was there
I'm
anything
assuming he
distinctive
has
about
friends in the
clothing?
city. I'm assuming he sells
Or
friends that he hangs around and drinks with and shares plans with.
That would be all of the idiots that he got to disappear along with him. You'll probably be able to easily recognize them. They'll all have a osprey tattoo somewhere on them.
Are any of them attached to family, or are they all bachelors?
I don't dig that much into their personal affairs, to be honest. I don't want to know. So The 4 that you'll be looking for. Let's see. That'll be Goral, Shad, Ziskali, and Colin.
Poor Colin. Being
While we're
stuck.
on the topics of missing folks, do you have any info on the missing Vinkerville boy?
Not the no.
I'm gonna. Okay.
There,
I mean, I know as much as anyone knows. He went wandering out in the fog fen and disappeared.
Anyone know what he might have been looking for?
I don't think he was looking for anything. He had a habit of going for walks where he shouldn't.
and then
Where
you have the
exactly should-
disappearance
what not, what
of the.
In the fog fen.
There's been a lot of disappearances in town recently.
Can I throw perception in the tower for that? Because
Sure.
taking a walk in the swamp from a rogue seems like a.
Euphemism.
Do you have
She
any
seems-
ability?
She seems very uninterested.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't happen to know any details about the thirsty alpaca, do you? That seems to be
Another disappearance.
some shady goings on.
I've poked it into it a little bit. It just seems like the building collapsed. Maybe a sinkhole happens sometimes. Right there on the river, the ground here is all constantly sodden.
It is
Lucky the whole block didn't just slide into the river.
It's the disappearance that's the odd thing.
Oh, they probably just Lytton. They probably just never found his body. He's probably still buried under there somewhere.
Oh, it's awful.
If full blocks of land just slide off into the river every now and then, that seems like a dangerous place to put.
Well, no, it doesn't happen, and neither do buildings just tend to collapse. That's why it's worthy of note. Well, anything else, gentlemen?
If he's still potentially buried under the rubble, is it possible that there were other people who are also in the building that are still buried there that we don't know about?
To be honest with you, I don't really care.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Just let me know if she starts picking up plates and like stacking them up. Just let me know if you find my people, right?
Okay.
We will. Thank you. Give Barnaby our regards.
Should we
Will do.
return back to where the boat is at to look for clues and just to see what the lighthouse looks like during daylight?
I mean,
We should go to the lighthouse during the daylight anyway.
probably
Yeah,
should
and
go
since the
back
boat's
for all our
there,
stuff.
we can just check while we have light and where it's easier to kind of poke around to see if there's any clues we
Especially
missed.
some of those other warehouses that we
Because-
could go in.
Honestly,
Right.
we
Yeah,
I
didn't
get to see
spend.
what's going into there and lighting it up.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
didn't
pretty
spend due diligence doing deep research because we were just exploring in the middle of the night.
Also,
Right.
we might be able to get to the top of the tower without having to deal with
Exactly.
without having to deal with the haunt.
Yeah, we
Get
were
a
so worried
specific
about.
goal, and then we.
Yeah, we were so worried about the hostility of the environment. We can hopefully now be able to
God.
actually spend
But
more
the
time.
environment was very hostile.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a little after midday right now, like probably pushing 1 o'clock.
Oh, we should hurry.
Y'all still have plenty of daylight left, but
How long is
Yeah,
it?
I wanna
It's
take it out
Prepare
there.
my shield before we go.
What's
Yeah,
the
you
walk
do.
there?
it's like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Make a quick crafting check, Rich.
Is there an aid option?
There is no need. You take 10 minutes and make some repairs, and your shield is back at full hit points.
See if I can go adjust that.
I'll do it real quick.
Thank you.
No problem. Good as new. All right, so what y'all want to do from here?
I think we gotta go back to the Gauntlet guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the move. Because there's at least 2 different, like, loose ends we can start to follow up on.
Yep.
We can investigate for clues at the
Main
boat.
quest, side quest.
Yep. Okay, close out of this.
Our quest log is going to be full soon.
So when I'm looking at the city map here, is the lighthouse represented as this structure that's in the top left-hand corner?
That's it.
Okay.
All right, so y'all gather your things and strap your armor on and take the trip up outside of town and take the walk along Gaunt Trail up towards the Gauntlet and passing through the fog fin. Y'all don't run into any trouble. It's much more brightly lit during the day, but it's still misty and foggy all the time out here, so it's still kind of eerie. You do not see any will-o-wisps at the moment at this hour, but 20 minutes later, y'all are trudging up to the front gates. Y'all go through the gatehouse up front, and the doorway that y'all came through originally is still collapsed. The bridge is still collapsed, so y'all kind of gotta scramble over the bridge, but y'all get back inside, and I've put y'all on the map.
Oh, let me go to the new map. Oh.
I think it's the same map.
Well, I was still on the city map, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm on the city map, so I gotta switch it.
Although it's slightly brighter lit.
I have to switch to mine too.
Which I
I
guess makes
know.
sense.
I love having it as the background. That's like super nice. We're actually in there. I think we should go to one of this. Go to a side building.
I think we should go.
A room or two that we didn't check in here, right?
There's several rooms that we didn't check. We kind of left. I think we should go use the key on the lighthouse while the haunt is
Yeah.
hopefully unconscious, and then we can check the side buildings.
I would imagine first and
afterwards.
foremost, there's no like ethereal lights or there's no kind of energies emanating from it.
Actually, that's true. Is the lighthouse lit?
It's difficult to tell during the day. It does seem to have kind of a bluish green color to it up top, but it's not as like brightly emanating. You can see a little reflection off of the fog out there, so it does seem to still be lit, but it's much harder to tell during the day.
Interesting.
Well, I think we should go check the top during the day,
Yeah.
and then we can search the grounds.
All
All right, y'all are free to move on the map.
Okay, I'm gonna go use first one.
As we're walking, Balin's has stone and he's grinding a crystal between it and putting the dust in a bag.
Not quite sure which direction the lighthouse actually was. So
Was straight north from where y'all are at.
okay.
Climber's kit.
Oh, I can see the altar there.
Kind of weird.
Now let me unlock y'all.
There we go.
Can't move things.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
weirdly
all
buggy.
black. You can
Do
go
you have
in the
low light
rooms.
vision or dark vision?
I have dark vision.
Yeah, nobody's got a light source on them at the moment.
But I can move into dark squares and they stay dark.
That's weird. That shouldn't be.
Like the room that I'm in is completely dark, except for the light from the hall.
I think I'm somewhere, but I don't actually know where I am. 'Cause I can't actually see anything in the area.
That's the real question of life, isn't it?
I lost track of everyone else, so I'm lost for her.
Well, it looks
So
like
how do you move your character again?
this
The
is
mouse,
mode.
or not the mouse, the keyboard. Up, down, left, right keys.
Yeah, I'm doing that. It's moving the map.
Oh,
Oh, I must have to move it to
Yeah, select
navigation.
yourself. Who's got a light source on them?
We all have dark vision.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think we carry light sources. At least I don't.
yeah. I think I have some torches, but they kind of interfere with trying to stealth.
Where did everyone go?
We went into the lighthouse. We're at the base
North?
where the haunting happens.
North?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I have any light sources.
I think,
No light source. Oh well.
Oh, I see you.
I need to move. Oh man, I hate this. I have to keep changing
lagging
movements.
I can't see any.
I see your.
I
I
can
see.
Hang on.
I see your bird.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even see me anymore.
Oh, I see you. I can see you.
It's that dark.
Yep. Up now. You just disappeared. You left the room.
Oh, I can see you now.
Okay, did that make any difference?
No.
I can see myself now. I
Yeah,
can see people in
the
room.
map is buggy, or
What's going on?
I can see Crawl and the bird.
That's what I can see. Is
I can see myself.
I can see Crawl.
okay, sure, keeping tabs on Crawl.
Well, I think you might be the top one, because when people go underneath you, you're still on top. Which makes sense. You are the tallest person here.
Okay.
With two dwarves and a goblin. I think the only other person who might
Oh,
have
now
height
I
is...
see Jeff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Oh, that's-
I'm just gonna turn some ambient light on since it's the middle of the day.
It's a lot more light. For some reason, it doesn't seem to acknowledge that we have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to test that out a little bit and see what's going on with that because no, should
Oh,
dark
I
vision
can
should
actually
work on that.
see. I can see when I go in. All right, we have that key.
Yep. I go and unlock the...
Potentially unlocked. We hope it's the key for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't actually know.
I just lost
Uh,
myself now, so I don't know what happened.
I can barely see it.
How do you get up there?
Why is it all of a sudden
Stairs.
laggy?
The stairs you can't cross because apparently
You have you have to follow them.
the curve.
Yeah.
Can't
But when I went to go,
Go
up there,
upstairs.
my character. Does anyone see my character? It disappeared on my map.
I think we lost you forever.
Yeah, I think you got abducted.
In the dark.
Scary, huh?
I'll replace you on the map there.
At the top of the stairs, I think.
That's typically where you go to the top of the get to the top of the lighthouse.
I think. I have you selected. No wonder why.
what I'll do, I'll just close this map and reopen it. Okay, yeah, that's what much better.
You closed the map and then reopened it. That's
Yeah.
better.
Well, now, well, I could at least see my character again and see the terrain around me.
I think David and I are in the same square.
We are.
Orbs, man.
All right, so y'all have enough room to go single file up into the trapdoor. So who is going up first to try and unlock the door?
I will.
Not me.
Not I.
All right. You pull out the key with the head that's got a stylized lighthouse on it, and slip it into the lock and turn it, and it clicks and opens up.
I will pocket the key again. I think there was another key on the chain, or is that the only key that's valid?
There is another key you saw on the chain. There were many keys on the chain, but most of them have rusted away over the centuries that they've been here. The two that you have, one had a lighthouse on it. I think the other one had a book on it.
Okay.
All right, so you swing open the trapdoor that leads up into the lighthouse's cupola. Inside, you peek your head in, and you see a wide open space, about 40 feet across, a circular room. Rows of black metal bars encase the entire chamber like a cage. Shimmering waves of force flicker between the bars and give the illusion that softly glowing glass encases this entire area. The floor to the north has the trapdoor in it where you're at. Otherwise, the room appears empty, save for a human-sized encasement of glass and iron that flickers and glows with an unsettling, almost nauseating, pale blue shimmer. So you have found Gauntlight's lantern. I'm going to put y'all on a slightly different map here.
Sounds like a sarcophagi.
So if you swing down to the bottom left of the current map.
I don't see anything available there.
Yeah,
Well, I zoomed way out too.
I don't see anything.
I've lost my character.
Oh god,
I've
everything
lost
just
the-
went black.
I lost the map.
Where's
It's still. Oh god.
Oh,
where's the
God.
new map, or is it the same map?
It's the same map.
It just
I'm
popped
just
up.
gonna
I
close
can
it
see
and
right
reopen
now.
it.
I closed it and I'm reopening. Oh, it's just
Oh, it's still up there. It goes. I can
Okay.
see it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see it.
bottom left of
yeah,
that map.
I see it.
Alright, I can see it now. Oh, I wanted to look at the thing.
All right, as you all start stepping up into the room, you've got the trapdoor kind of swings open and hits the floor off to the side.
Is that what F
you
is?
see,
Is the F where the
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, F is the trapdoor. So looking around, the room is pretty empty. The whole place glows blue. So as soon as y'all are stepping in here, all of you look different shades of blue now. The big giant glass enclosure at the center seems to be pulsing with a bright, nauseating light. And as you look a little closer, you can see like black and red veins that look like they are dripping or crawling along its surface. The light is kind of obscuring it a little bit.
Are there any immediate threats before we can move?
You don't see any creatures in here. You can move around freely.
Is there like what's the kind of atmospheric energy feel like? Does it feel like we're being watched, there's an impending sense of doom, or does it just feel the same as being on the base level?
Is light magical in nature?
Yeah, I wanted to do a.
My shit's frozen again.
There you go.
I'll let you do it. I was going to do it too.
I actually don't. I do have access to the detect magic cantrip, but I actually didn't prepare it.
I have it
So if
ready.
you have it,
I was gonna use identify instead.
All right, you start casting spells and examining things, and Thorin, you are right there, close to the thing, like kind of leaning in to get a look at it, and the slithering, dripping tendrils that are on this, once you get closer, look like blood.
Is this what caused the pool of blood? Yeah. At the
Yep,
bottom?
it seems likely.
When y'all dispelled the haunt
Didn't go up.
last night, it went up through
Yep.
the floor,
Yep.
and this blood is like it's not dripping down. It looks like it's kind of slithering all over the glass itself. And as you are watching,
It's the
it-
light like holds her soul or something. That'd be pretty cool. All right. Sorry.
as you're watching, the blood starts to evaporate into mist. And
That'd be good.
as you kind of like step back a little bit, like at first it's just a little, like a few streams, but within a couple of seconds it becomes a cloud of mist, and a face and hand starts to reach out of the mist toward you. Please roll initiative.
All right. Where is that perception?
Is it on main? Main.
I always think it's on main, but I can never find it on main.
It's on main right underneath the Pathfinder sign.
It is.
Yeah.
It's under the
Oh yeah, look at that.
HF, yeah.
Yo, let's go. Look at these initiatives, huh?
Maybe they finally fixed the issue.
These dice throw like garbage.
Or maybe we just get to have high initiative so that when we lose every other check, it's all a little more painful.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Looking at my spells and it says cast 0 of 0. I should have more than 0 level 1 spells castable, right?
Yeah, you have cast 0 spells.
How many can I cast though?
This says, have you done your preparations for your spells?
I mean, I switched them out, but I don't know if I needed to do something to reset everything.
Do
no, it's-
one click of each.
Okay. It looks like it's reset now.
Yeah, you can put all of the spells, any spell you want to use on here, but you got to click which ones you're preparing, and then when you switch over to standard mode, it'll show you only the ones you have prepared.
So wait. Have to prepare specific ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and click which ones you're preparing, so you only got the 2 spells there. So like, you could put all of the divine cantrips here, but you can only prepare the number you can prepare, and when you click over to combat or standard mode, it'll show you that instead.
Okay. Thank you.
So when you click one of these off, the spell should disappear off of this page, but you can click over to preparation and still access it.
Okay, cool.
Is that the same for Ted and Jeff?
Jeff should work similar because he's also a prepared caster. Ted's going to work very differently because he's an alchemist.
It has to be different.
Okay, let's see here. Start to set this.
Remind me, Crawl, did you have any difficulty hitting this thing before with your fist?
Did not.
Okay, good.
All right. So at the top of the order, this misty mass comes off of the lantern and is going to lunge for Thorin to start with.
Hey there, beastie.
Yep. So a tendril of the mist reaches out for you, trying to touch you, and misses.
Here, combat tracker.
Yeah. Where's that? There it is.
And it'll try to do it again,
Yeah, I don't like that.
and that time it'll hit you.
Yep.
So as it touches you, you feel like wounds open on your skin and your blood being drawn out.
Not again. Oh, something more light.
How did we
Don't
defeat
go
this
towards
last
the
time?
light, Thorin.
What, Richard?
How did we defeat this last time?
Asbestism, I think?
This looks like something different. The last one was a
Haunt.
image of a woman made out of blood. This is like a misty, almost like inside the mist, it has kind of like a skeletal looking demonic form, but it's mostly an amorphous mist.
Is it concentrated enough to actually be physical, or is it still kind of ethereal and wispy and
It looks very misty.
yeah?
Alright, yeah, you feel your blood getting ripped out of your body. You feel drained.
Fun.
And as the blood flows along the tendril into the creature, the skeletal form at the monstrous form at its center seems to become like more solid.
Awesome.
All right, Thorin is up next, and the wound that your blood gets ripped out of continues to bleed.
Of course it does. Well, I guess first things first, draw my rapier.
In general, while y'all are exploring, I'm going to assume that y'all have your weapons drawn most of the time.
No.
Unless you tell me you are interacting with something, doing something that requires free hands, I'm not going to make y'all use actions on the first turn to draw weapons.
Okay, well that's good. So then first things first, stab it with the rapier.
Okay.
Let's make sure I'm targeting it. Control, I think? Yes.
Yeah, control click.
So that's a hit.
Yep, hit the hit.
And
All right, you feel like you're stabbing through mist. You feel like you connect with something, but it does not seem to hurt it very much.
Second action, I assume there's some sort of skill that I can heal, that I can try to figure out why I'm bleeding, and or possibly stop the bleeding, or with medicine.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. In general, anytime you are taking persistent damage, if you do some kind of relevant action, like if you're taking persistent fire and you throw water on yourself, it will lower your flat check to get rid of the persistent damage. So you can make a medicine check to try and like wrap a bandage around yourself to staunch the bleeding.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, make a medicine check. It's not guaranteed, but it can lower the number you need to roll to get rid of the bleeding.
Oops, rolled twice.
All right, I will take the first one. All right, I'm gonna give you a success for that. So, That's one, and one attack and one action for that, so...
And my third action will be. Let's make sure that this is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, why not? I will create a diversion. Right, already go. Click on this. No.
No.
Hey.
Okay, so I have Thorn as my target.
I don't particularly care that it's thinking that I'm going to be tricking it, so. But that's the end of my action, so I arrow and.
Okay, you are still bleeding, and you rolled low, so your bleeding is still going.
Okay,
I
I still have Thorn as a target for some reason.
Just control left click on him and it'll clear it.
Okay. I take a good look at it, and I'm going to use Recall Knowledge Religion. Try and see if I can ascertain anything about this.
This is going to be an occultism roll.
Oh. I don't know if I'm good at occultism. I am not. Okay. Change of plans. Crawl. Hold out your fist. I'm gonna take the pouch of crystal dust and like sprinkle it in front of me. My eyes are glowing a glow, and runes are gonna appear on his fist. You're now under the effect of runic body. Glowing runes start to appear across your body. Your unarmed attacks become +1 striking unarmed strikes. You gain +1 item bonus to attack rolls and increase the number of damage dice for attack rolls to 2.
Wait, increase number of damage dice for attack rolls to 2.
Yes.
So
Yeah, click on target him.
So I will target you, control, click,
Alright, then,
cast runic body.
yeah, well, for runic body, you see the little purple silhouette next to him? Just
At
click,
the bottom.
Yeah, click to add that effect to him. Okay, so that should automatically give you all the bonuses for that.
All right.
okay, I don't have to do the +1 in my.
No, it should automatically be on your sheet now. So your unarmed attacks now count as a +1 striking weapon.
And let's see, I have one action left.
Nice, so they're D10s now, huh?
No, your damage is gonna be in your stance 2d8.
2D. Oh, so it's not a dice step up. It's like an additional. Oof. That's huge.
Yeah. So weapons and armor get potency runes, which is the +1, and then weapons get an additional damage die on top when you get a striking rune.
Effectively gave you +1 to hit and damage, but.
+1 to hit and like
extra die damage.
+4 average to damage.
Well, yeah, but everything's extra die damage. They don't have +1 to damage
Yeah.
Gotcha.
in Pathfinder's 2nd edition.
All right, that is 2 actions to cast that. You got one more. Mark that spell off
Yeah.
your sheet.
I'll make sure I did that. Actions. Runic body is cast.
So it disappears off your sheet when after it's cast. So make sure you use the effects before you click it off.
All right. And I guess I'm gonna move as my next action so that Thorn isn't devoured.
All right.
Oh, nice. If I just hover over my
Wait,
character,
I'm
it gives me
gonna
the
leave
range
room
hand.
for crawl. There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
And I can move down, and I think I can end my turn.
All right.
I don't
Crawl
know
is
anything.
next. The green arrow on the combat tracker.
There we go.
I have 25 movement. Let me check.
Yep, that's what it says. 25 speed.
I'm trying to find where it is. So combat tracker?
If you look at the turn on the big text thingy,
Turn on the... Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, perfect. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can go like this.
Yep.
Good.
And now, for once, we're actually flanking. The first time ever.
Yeah, so before you make any attack rolls, the off guard button on the bottom left, click that.
What does that mean? Oh,
Uh,
gotcha.
You
Yeah,
get
that's
plus
your
2 to
flanking
hit.
bonus.
I'm gonna go into Gorilla,
Okay,
which
so that's
is
2
my
actions.
second, and then I'm gonna Flurry as my
All
third.
right.
I believe I have I have it targeted. Or
You
I
do.
did. Oh, I still do. Okay, good.
Oh,
Nice.
critical hit.
Look at that. And it's gonna automatically do the critical hit.
It'll-
This is like unknown territory, right? I don't know
Yep.
what's going on.
Just roll your damage; it'll automatically do the critical.
Jesus. Holy
That's
mackerel. What the
Holy
hell?
hell!
First attack.
Well,
Done.
they definitely buffed monks in this update.
Well, when you at first level, you strike.
Well, I mean, session.
Bad rolls. Bad rolls.
Okay,
Wait.
and if it's
Still got one attack
Gorilla,
left.
I
Wait,
know
can-
you cast
what just happened? Can you repeat what you said?
It is. Say again.
Can you repeat what just happened? I had a big lag spike.
So Balin cast a spell on Crawl, and glowing runes appear on his body and his fists, and he scoots around the lantern, comes up behind the thing, and puts his fist through it, and just about discorporates it in a single hit.
Make your second attack.
All right. Yeah, it is not incorporeal, but it is not entirely like physically solid.
Right.
I think we caught it. It was just trying to manifest.
All right, that was a miss.
Yeah. And I'm gonna yell at Galen like, these runes are nice.
You'll
I'm
get
gonna
plus 3 to hit.
go ahead and throw a hero point on Balin for that one.
Wait.
For my second attack, yelling at plus.
With the
Right.
flurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you get the
I like-
multi-attack penalty.
Yeah. I get +7, +2, -3.
Well, you
Did
can
you
always
have
use
guard
you
for
can
it?
always use a hero point.
Did you have your off balance or off guard?
Did I have to click it again?
Yeah, you
I
have to
think
click
you
it
have
for
to
each
click it
attack.
for each one.
That
I
was
did
a 14. That wouldn't hit anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's looking seriously injured here. So pass the turn to Reese.
Well, it's looking pretty injured. I'm just going to how do you
The foulest one.
select it again?
Control.
Roll left click.
I think you deselected it.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to electric arc it.
Okay.
There's only
Critical success.
all right.
It is very
And
nimble.
then I will evil eye it
All right.
after that.
All right. It failed that save.
Nice. So
Let's see. So evil eye.
it becomes sickened 1.
All right.
This
All right,
condition
so-
can't be reduced below 0 or below 1 while the spell is active, and I can see the target. It's sustained up to 1 minute.
All right. So you've got the purple effect box next to evil eye for Sicken 1. You should just click that, and it should add it to it.
Does that mean you have to use an action to sustain it every turn?
Yeah. Sustain. You have to spend an action on.
Okay.
Okay.
And so Reese is like, he like zaps with a little bolt of lightning, and then his blue eye glows like very brightly as and the creature appears to, be sickened. That's an flim flam move.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what they say: where there's smoke, there's fire.
Everyone's all clustered up for you too.
I'm gonna try.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow?
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can't snuff out the mist with a little bit of fire. Okay.
You will need to move from where you're at to get line of sight on it.
Okay. So I will take probably here would give me the line of sight I need.
Definitely.
Oops. Okay. Perfect. And okay, let me control left click. So it should be targeted now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect. Oops. Only take the first one of those. I don't know why it does that. So.
First one's the hit.
Excellent.
All right, and yeah, you hurl your bomb at it, and it bursts, and the creature lets out a god-awful screech as it burns up and leaves just a gross, viscous pile of blackened gore and blood on the floor. Holy shit.
It does die in fire, like everything else.
That fight was technically just as dangerous as the scorpion.
I think we're getting better.
That crit.
We really did roll so shitty. Like, it was staggeringly bad.
Wow.
You got about 50 more seconds of runes if you want to destroy things.
Well, shit. Okay. Didn't expect that.
Well, can we inspect the light to see?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I still bleeding?
I'm gonna immediately start helping Thorin with his blood loss
It's
problem.
bleeding.
I would like to make a kind of like an occultism check to see like what.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can get to Thorin. Let's see. He's gonna. Let me go ahead and skip it to you because that thing is dead. Goodbye.
If
So I'm gonna make my medicine.
you're doing occultism checks, do you do that in the tower?
Yeah. Any knowledge check is gonna be in the tower.
critical success on treat wounds.
Okay.
Regains 4d8 hit points. Nice.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna skip your turn here. All right. You take a little more bleed damage, and then Balin treats your wounds. So go ahead and roll your healing for him.
I think it's 48.
Yep.
Yes.
Under the activity, there should be a button to just heal him for 48. Make sure you're targeting him.
He is.
I'm targeting him.
All right. Once you are healed to full, the bleeding stops. Some persistent damage conditions have things that will automatically end them, and for bleeding, if you are healed up to full, you automatically stop bleeding.
That's
Let's
good.
close all the holes.
Yeah. You do still feel drained.
That's fair.
You feel a little weak.
I have internal bleeding, but that's okay. That's where all the blood's supposed to be.
All right. So I need to give you -1 hit points.
Wait, total? Period?
Yeah, when anytime you are drained, your maximum hit point value goes down by your level times the drain condition. So you are down 1 full hit point
That
right
could be
now.
like really crazy. Yeah.
And does that get restored after a full night's rest?
Yeah. If you rest, it gets restored.
Okay.
So you're down. It's not permanent, no.
Okay.
So,
That's good.
If we're still
This
in
is second
rounds,
edition D&D.
it was one action to do treat wounds.
Right, we're gonna drop out of rounds now.
Yeah.
I kept it in rounds for the bleeding
For the
effect.
damage, yeah.
Well, for the timey-wimey of it, this is conceivably the beginning of the haunt starting to manifest. So as soon as it's down, I want to detect magic and see if I can see anything going on.
You definitely detect very strong, overpowering magic in this area.
At the risk of injuring myself, I'm also going to do read auras to try and understand as long as I can before I literally can't handle it.
And then
If that injures me, that's understandable, but that's what I'm trying.
I had put an occultism roll inside the tracker
Yeah.
already.
Okay. Yeah, when you do your occultism rolls,
Yeah,
I got one for Flim. Yeah, make your occultism roll for Reese.
Yeah.
All right. All detect magic is going to tell you is the presence or absence of magic. You definitely are very strongly detecting magic in this place. Like everywhere here. Read Aura is going to give you more information.
I'm using identify on the light or lantern.
Okay. You have the spell identify?
No, but I have the feat identify,
Okay.
or whatever it's called.
You have Crafter's Appraisal, I think?
Yes, that thing.
Alright, let me see. Alright. You have absolutely no clue. Alright, Read Aura gives you a +2 bonus to try to identify it, so whatever your highest knowledge skill is, so probably religion, give yourself a +2 in the modifier box in the bottom, and make a check.
In the tower, presumably.
Yeah. Knowledge checks are always going to be in the tower.
Why won't it let me drop the die? Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong spot.
Hey, that's a pretty good roll. You have no idea. Whatever this is, it is way, way, way beyond you.
I don't recognize any of these art.
Yeah, you're not overwhelmed or anything like that, but like the magic at work here is, at your best guess, like at a minimum artifact level. It's
I'm going to
insane.
try and communicate that as I'm realizing it to the other magically inclined person in the group. Like, there's this art and this art, but this doesn't make sense. This is far too complicated for anyone of... I'm reading out the different schools and the different patterns.
Yeah,
So I did the.
Flim, you are also likewise completely out of your depth. You don't recognize any of what's going on here. Reese, you recognize the creature as a vampiric mist. Boy, everybody's locking up tonight.
Yeah, you like. I actually didn't hear what you said.
The creature you identify as a vampiric mist.
Man.
So it is not incorporeal, it is a gaseous aberration that feeds on the blood of creatures around it. So if y'all had not taken it down as quickly as you did, it would have kept drawing your blood and healing itself.
Yeah. Pretty much figured that's the case.
Again, this creature, same level as the giant scorpion.
Just the
Fun
dice
time.
were with us today.
Like
Just
one
so
of those
you're
things,
aware,
man,
Carl.
you gotta first phase it, you know?
Yeah.
Just so you're aware, Crawl, I can only do that one time a day currently.
Yeah, and after a minute, the runes fade and disappear. But for just a minute there, you felt incredibly powerful.
Oh boy, did I.
So
My dice actually worked.
the crystal in the center, is that like a coffin or sarcophagus or?
It is a floor-to-ceiling, like 5-foot wide glass or crystal enclosure that is like a giant tube or something that is glowing brightly. And yeah, as y'all stick around in here, you start feeling a little like physically sick, like not quite nauseous, but like your stomach kind of churns a little bit. Like it's rough to look directly at the light. It starts to make you dizzy a little bit.
You think maybe those heroes of this town didn't actually kill Belcor?
I am starting to suspect that
They maybe just trapped her?
maybe. Or
Maybe that's how they
maybe-
define killing.
Richard has
mistranslated.
suspicions, but I don't have the knowledge to voice them.
I mean, maybe they thought that they did, but she had some sort of contingency magic in place
Maybe as
that
well.
allowed her
Cannot.
to stay.
Speaking of which, is the haunt now complete? When the vampiric mist just died, is the haunt gone now?
Y'all still saw the pool of blood down below.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a pool of blood right now. It is just a blood stain on the floor.
I wondered if that has some sort of connection to Nimbeloff, because we know he's called like the Empty Death and whatever.
I put a question for you in my channel, Corey.
Can I use the identify magic part of the things? One of the actions I could take as being trained in occultism is identify occultism magic. Is that a separate? I guess I'd check out what the creature was, but it says I can spend 10 minutes to try to identify the particulars of an ongoing. Once you discover that an item, location, or ongoing effect is magical, you can spend 10 minutes trying to identify the particulars of its magic.
Yeah, you can make an occultism roll on to try to identify the light.
Okay.
Similar to the rest of them, you start looking at it and trying to figure out what this is, and whatever this construction and the magic is way, way beyond you.
Is Thorn still here?
Mm-hmm. David's back in the chat channel. I don't know if he's having trouble or.
Can you hear us, Dave?
I can.
Oh, is that the disconnect that I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, your camera's off, so we weren't sure.
Oh. Okay.
I can't see you, so I didn't know if you could hear me.
All right. Other than that, a sooty, burnt, coppery smell now that's lingering from what's left of that creature. This is an empty room.
So did it leave back some kind of physical kind of corpse or remains?
There is what looks like if you had like maybe a pint's worth of blood and like boiled it to the point that it was like burnt and coagulated, that's like kind of splattered on the floor a bit.
Oh, that's
Other
probably
than that, that's it.
that's probably Thorn's blood.
Probably.
Can we ascertain any more information about the creature vampiric mist, since we know what it is?
Reese was able to recognize it, that it is a gaseous aberration that drains people's blood.
Okay. Any hints on how to permanently destroy them?
Oh, that thing is permanently destroyed.
Okay.
It is quite dead.
It's the haunt that's not permanently destroyed. The
Yeah.
ghost downstairs. The echo that.
You probably assume that there is, given that the blood aspect of the haunt came up through the floor into this space, that they might be related in some way, but whatever that creature is, it's dead.
Yeah.
And Alcora sure has a lot of blood-related stuff so far.
Is it layout-wise appropriate that the fight with the blood is directly below this?
Basically, yeah, the space that the lantern itself occupies is directly above the blood stain on the floor below you.
Can I start examining the floors around it for holes?
You
Instead of
don't
looking
see
at
any.
the light? Okay.
You don't see any. The floor looks very solid. And I mentioned previously that while the rest of the facilities here, the buildings are in various states of decay and collapse, the lighthouse itself is completely intact. And whatever stones that were used to build this place, you can't find seams for them easily. It looks like it is all one piece.
And it's all stone. There's no wood or anything that is made from stone.
No, you don't
glass.
see it. You don't see any wood. The stairway that you came up is wrought iron, and there's iron cages around all of the openings up here in the cupola, so you couldn't like climb out of the windows or anything. Whatever the lantern itself is made out of, you have no idea.
I think
Is there anything we can leave up here that we can use to like scry or magically? I'm asking the magic users this, if there's any way that, since we're up here, that we can do anything that will allow us to be able to re-access or review or inspect this later on.
I have no skill that would allow me to do such a thing. Reese?
Sorry, what was the question?
If there's anything that we can leave behind that'll allow us to be able to scry on this area later on.
Oh. I don't have that skill. I can't do that at the moment. Perhaps Rin could. We could leave. It would. I would assume probably something that we know or familiar with. I don't know how. I don't know if anyone that we know can do it. So I don't know.
Nope. So we'll have to potentially come up here again. So now that we're close to the lantern, though, we're going to be able to report back. What of interest does the remaining portion of this lantern have that we can even relate about? It's a big.
Y'all have tried examining the place up here, and it's, aside from the lantern, it's an empty room, and you know the lantern is some kind of powerful magic, but beyond that, its construction and function and purpose are completely outside of y'all's league.
Yeah, we just know it's very powerful magic.
Yeah, I think we should definitely talk to someone that knows about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably Ren is a good place to start.
How big is the crystal in the middle?
It's like 5 feet across, and goes just about floor to ceiling here.
And I believe there's still a couple more rooms in the main entrance that we haven't checked yet.
Yeah, and there's also the outbuildings.
Right. Y'all still have plenty of places you haven't explored.
Oh yeah.
Right. But I think if we're just talking about the lighthouse itself, I think we should definitely go explore those other rooms just to...
Yeah.
Just like, complete it.
Agreed.
Let's do it.
I'll let someone else lead the way.
Alright,
Well, we have to get off of here, so we'll have to jump to where we were before.
let me put y'all back down in the bottom of the lighthouse. Alright, y'all back at the bottom of the lighthouse.
Just gonna close this and reopen it because it'll show me where it's at.
I think just in the main.
Yeah, y'all are still in the same map, so you should just have to move back to the lighthouse.
There it is.
Alright, and y'all are free to move around.
Which way do we need to go?
Yeah, I just got a black. I think I gotta reload my map maybe.
I tried to do that before, and it just
It had me zoomed like some freaking Narnia.
Okay. There we go.
I think the rooms were in here, yeah.
Yeah.
2 of
Man.
maybe 3?
Oh no, this wall was broken, so I think we explored this one.
Yeah.
That's where we fought the scorpion.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
these two
that's-
to the left that we.
Yeah, that's where we stopped exploring.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
It's
man,
like,
I'm having
yeah.
some laggy issues though with this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, let's see.
Alright, yeah, y'all come back out in into the main space. The maggot corpse and the mifflet corpses that y'all left in this main space have are no longer here.
Interesting.
Mm.
So either something is feasting on them.
Well, do they look like they're drag marks
Or
or
someone is cleaning this area up.
I mean, the place is still kind of generally wrecked. You don't see where it looks like they got dragged off.
There's also holes in the ceiling we can use the climber's kit to go. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's holes in the ceiling. Anywhere where there's rubble on the map, there are holes in the ceiling corresponding above. Looking at the construction, you could probably get up on the roofs here, but you're not confident that they would support your weight.
Yeah, the wood's just falling apart.
Pull it, Reese.
What, Reese?
Wasn't it you that walked on the bridge?
That collapse the bridge.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe Chuck would have happened.
I mean, I can send
Alright.
Sig up there, I guess. If there's anything
Where do y'all want to go from here?
I guess we can go check out the outside.
No. Did we open
It
these
does
two
open the
doors?
door.
Literally the two doors that we came in this room.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Open whatever you want.
I'm not the best frontline. I know you're not the best frontline either.
You are one of the best front lines because we don't have really anyone who's much better.
Look, I understand it's harder
You
to
have
hit
the-
me.
You have the highest hit points in the group.
It's also harder to heal me.
Yeah.
That is true.
Is dark vision toggled on? It looks much dimmer than it normally does.
I turned ambient light on here, so it should be less dark in general. Alright, so Balin opens the door and goes inside.
Oh, good job.
Alright, so you walk into a room. The collapsed ceiling in the middle of this room has left a ragged hole in the wooden roof. Rotten tapestries, their designs completely obscured by mold, hang in tatters on the walls between arrow slits and ruined side tables. The remains of a fancy dining table lie mostly pulverized by the fallen ceiling.
Dining table, huh?
Yeah, like large, extravagant dining table. Looks like the ceiling just collapsed on top of it and smashed into pieces.
I'm gonna pick up a rock from the ground at my feet and I'm gonna toss it at the far side of the rubble pile.
You lean down to pick up a rock, and there's lots of like splintered, rotten timber in here. But amidst the rubble, you see something white and kind of yellow stained poking out.
There's something here.
Interesting.
I'm gonna try and study it from where I'm at.
Like you gonna just stare at it or pick it up?
Just stare at it for a second and try and ascertain if it's like
I mean, it
creature
looks
or
like
item.
a splintered piece of bone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer and try to check it out. Maybe a medicine check.
To try to determine how it died, or
If it once was living, if so, how recently.
Alright.
Is it like covered by a boulder or something that I can just like?
The collapsed rubble is all through here. As you start like looking into the big pile of rubble, you see more like bits of bone poking out. You step up to the rubble to kind of like clear a piece away and take a look, and the rubble starts shifting. The temperature
There we go.
the temperature in the room drops about 30 degrees, and a wind kicks up, and you start hearing high-pitched, eerie wailing that echoes off the walls, and a storm of light and energy surges up out of the boulders, and amidst a maelstrom of energy and screaming, you can see half a dozen small, ghostly kobold figures that are screaming at you. And we'll end there.
yeah.
Fun times.
Screaming like they want to murder me or I should run away.
They look mad.
Okay.
So we get to kill more kobolds? Or re-kill kobolds?